A very warm welcome and a good morning to our viewers. Beautiful scenes coming to you from the beautiful Biomass Oval. This is the Malaysia T20i Quadrangular Series of 2025 and it's finals day here at the Biomass Oval. We've got Singapore taking on Thailand. Joining me in the combox for this big event is Dinesh. Dinesh, welcome. What do you make of this third place playoff between Singapore and Thailand?
A very good morning, Robert, and very good morning to viewers who are watching this match. It's the third, fourth place. It's the final push for both the teams. Obviously, things weren't going well for both the teams from the start. Only one win for Singapore, and that against Thailand. It could be a redemption arc for Thailand coming into this third, fourth place. It could be the redemption arc in both ways, beating Singapore and also claiming that third place, winning this match. It can go any team's way. Singapore looking to be very strong, and they are proud of their side. The captain having a very young squad. And so, with that, we will recap what happened in the middle alongside the captains and Shahidur.
Good morning, everyone. Today we are here live at the Biomass Oval once again. So it's a big day. We have two big matches coming up. So to start with, it will be the match for the third place. So I have the two captains alongside me. So it will be Manpreet Singh from Singapore and Austin from Thailand, and our match referee, Mr. Rakesh. So Singapore will flip the coin and Thailand will call. Tails. Tails is the call, and it's heads. So Singapore, what would you like to do?
We're going to bat first in this wicket today.
Any reasons for that?
Not particularly for any reason. I think putting a score on the board, I think was always, it's always good to be in the first place to put a score on the board.
So with one of the youngest side, you must be very proud of your team. Tell me something about that.
I think boys are doing really good. Of course, most of them they are playing first time international cricket and not easy to play. This kind of intense cricket. I think I'm really proud of them, and they are improving day by day. I think hopefully they will be, rising the flag for Singapore in future as well.
Thank you. Good luck for the game.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So Austin, happy to bowl first?
Yeah, I think the wicket will not change much, and I think whatever we do, we need to just put some pressure early on, and let's see how it goes.
And you haven't won any games yet, but it will be good for you and your team to end on a high note.
Yeah, important game, third and fourth place. I think if we put some pressure, I think we'll be able to get across the line today.
Okay, and any changes in your 11?
No, we're playing the same team.
Good luck for the
Thank
game.
you so much.
So the news from out here, Singapore won the toss and they will be batting first.
You just got the 1 point courtesy of that no result. So it's all to play for here for these two teams. It is the third place playoff. And later this afternoon, all eyes on the grand final. It is set to be an exciting encounter. It's Malaysia 1, Saudi 1 in this tournament. And this is going to break that deadlock. It's a big final coming up later this afternoon. That'll also come to you live from the Biomass Oval. And well, Singapore with a lot to play for in pursuit of laying the foundation to a very strong side, a very young side, which will hold them in good stead in the future. Thailand in similar positions, lots of youngsters for them as well. One of them is with the new ball, Wirapan Ngonguad. Set it bowl the first delivery. Looks like it's Jonty Scott and Aritra Datta, pending confirmation. And here we go, ball number 1. Played away off the mark. Yotsak will do the cleaning up, keep it down to just 1. Dino, what do you make of this decision to bat first here at the Biomass Oval?
Well, it certainly looked like a good batting track out there. There's a good surface, and immediately when Singapore's captain know that the toss went his favor, he couldn't oblige more than just getting to bat their team first. And they know they have a good batting side, and putting a good target and just get over the line. Maybe posting 180 and above. That's what they are having in their mind.
Well, Aritra slaps that one straight to mid-off, not quite connected. 180 is early days. Singapore have not got to 180, but they have gotten close to 150. So I say anywhere between that, they'll be very happy. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Thailand have had a very good bowling unit, or at least they've looked better with the ball in hand. They've managed to restrict the likes of Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, and it's the batting that's let them down. So that'll come under pressure in the second innings. Oh, wide delivery chases after it, just inside that tram line there. So exciting contest between Singapore and Thailand is unfolding.
Yeah, certainly, and they have to get through this over Virapan being one of the best bowlers so far in the tournament. Recent match against Malaysia being the best wicket taker as well, picking up 4 wickets while Malaysia was posting a target of 160, getting 9. Just couldn't bundle them all out, but it was a stellar performance in the bowling department. And straight catch!
Well, it's Sarawat Maliwan. He was also up there amongst the wickets this time, contributing with a good sharp catch at the extra cover position. Take a look at that again. And the breakthrough for Thailand has arrived.
He was bowling at a similar line consistently, and looks like Haritha trying to take the attacking option, only to find the man at short. So Thailand draw first blood in the first over. It's 1 for 1. Exciting third place matchup right here.
Well, Virapan striking early for Thailand, who are searching for their first win in the Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series. A huge fan of this Thailand national team. I'm Robert Rayner, and with me in the comm box is the dynamic Dinesh, or as I like to call him, Dino. And, well, it's exciting stuff already, Dino.
Yep, certainly it is. A good start to Thailand.
Watchfully
Again.
played. Well played, actually. Through to sweeper. Yotsak will not keep it down to just a single. They will pick up 2, so good running.
Yeah, that's what you want from the start. Just get runs on the board. Well, maybe you won't get the flashy boundaries early. You know that the bowling department is trying to stop you from hitting those boundaries, but these singles and doubles will definitely help. Coming good time off the mark, Hari Krishna.
Slashed that straight to point. And that will wrap up the first over. Score for Singapore is 3 for 1. Well, Cameron Sinamontri, I believe he's getting his first game in the Malaysian Open T20i Quadrangular Series. And what a time to put your hand up and pick up a few wickets here in the third place playoff. I beg your pardon, the third place final against Singapore. Cameron Sinamontri, of course, the younger brother of the more experienced left-arm spinner, Nopon Sinamontri. So brothers in the same team. This tournament has seen quite a few. I think we've seen two sets of brothers. One set we know quite well, the Virendeep and Pavandeep duo. And here's the second, Cameron and Nopon for Thailand.
Oh yeah, don't forget Aslam Khan and Amir Khan did. So it's second over.
I do believe, Malaysia fielding two sets of brothers in a single game. Wasn't really sure. I didn't want to make a mistake of saying the wrong name. So thanks for that, Dino, and confirmation. Cameron starts off with a good first delivery. Coming down the track, has a swipe at it. So Cameron, very good with the first two deliveries, just around that fourth stump line, back of a length.
Well, this is actually his second outing of the tournament, picking up his first wicket against Malaysia in his previous match. Alongside his brother, he did play that vital last wicket partnership as well, getting the team over the line, not getting bundled out.
Beg your pardon, that was also because Thailand's first choice or main all-rounder Nitish Salekar had picked up an injury, opening the door for Cameron. And there's a bit of confusion out there in the middle. Nonetheless, it's a chance for Cameron Sinamontri to impress and cement his spot in the men's team. He's looked good. He's got a very good action and a good run-up. Approaches the crease very elegantly and can bowl some decent pace. And, he's just... we saw Virapan the other day pick up 4 wickets, something similar for Cameron, just to keep the confidence and build the confidence, rather. It's always good for young, fast bowlers. Well, looking to pull that ball just dying with the bounce.
Being a very spin-dominated tournament this has been. Look at the wickets taken. There is something for the fast bowlers. We have recently seen Wafiq Irfan with Sharvin and the likes of Virapan as well. 4 for 37 being the best in terms of number of wickets taken, and the economy was superb.
Who goes back over length. There's that pace we're talking about. Once he finds his rhythm, he looks very good. There's Cameron Sinamontri. Watch this ball rise and just off the back of a length. Akshay Kumar Yadav there, being a bit surprised.
Yeah, we see the other day, Ishtiaq was able to generate the same amount of play so as Usman, being express fast bowlers for Saudi Arabia. Definitely, we're watching this match will know that this is the sort of surface the BAYUEMAS will have.
Yeah, we've seen this pretty much every time there's a tournament at BAYUEMAS. BAYUEMAS is a very good surface. It has everything. If batters can get themselves in, they can get runs. If bowlers bend their back, they can get a bit of carry. And there is, of course, spin that is available if you can pitch it in the right areas at just the right pace. So a very good wicket for cricket here at the BAYUEMAS. And today on finals day, it has not disappointed. It's had enough for both the batters and the bowlers, as Weerapan will continue down the track. Going in, they will pick up a bye.
Taking a look at the batting as well, hasn't been best of tournaments in terms of batting, apart from skipper himself. Well, the other day when he was playing against Saudi Arabia, it was almost a must-win match to secure the spot, maybe in the final, with the next day beating Thailand, potentially getting to a final. But
just looking to have a swipe at that one. So the start from Thailand has been good.
carrying their good bowling form so far, picking up 9 against the hosts, and now wicket, just keeping Singapore for 2.14 and over.
Clipped off the pads. It's running down to the boundary. Bit of dew here, but that's not going to... does in good fielding in the outfield to retrieve that ball. So just a bit wayward there from Weerapan. Nopon Sinamontri putting in the dive.
A good fielding in the deep, and normally laying here at BAYUEMAS Oval, if there is the over, if there was rain the other day or the previous day, normally in that region it will be slightly sluggish, so the ball won't travel as much as it does in front of the wicket if you're bowling from the Golden Hope, and that has been the case so far.
So slight delay in proceedings. Well, talking about the bowling and the point that you mentioned earlier, Dino, we spoke about the bowlers. Top 10, top 3. In first place with 10 wickets is Zainul Abidin, spinner from Saudi Arabia, followed by Wajiul Hassan, the skipper of Saudi Arabia. Very different styles, but the one thing that both of them have in common is that they vary their pace on this wicket quite a lot. And then, of course, the brilliant Ishtiaq Ahmed, who's absolutely impressed everybody with his bowling and his fielding ability. So those are the top 3. Then followed by, in 4th place, is Sarawut Maliwan, who's got 9 wickets to his name, the left-arm spinner from Thailand, alongside his countryman Nopon Sinamontri, who's picked up 8 wickets. So Thailand have looked good with the ball, and they've relied on their spinners. And Weerapan picking up 4 wickets in the previous game just adds another dimension to the Thailand bowling attack, not just reliant on spin. And he picked up those 4 wickets against Malaysia. So it was a top effort by the young lad. And here he is in action. That's a no ball. And a chance for a run out. A shake of the head there, but geez, that was really close for Hari Krishna Kukreja.
Well, definitely no ball will help Singapore in this stage, knowing they have not many runs, but it's a good hit. Just almost a wicket there. Well, it's all happening. It's box office action out there here at the BAYUEMAS Oval.
I definitely would like another look at that, Tino, but that was really close, but it's done and dusted. This one's off the outside edge. It's over. Cameron Sinamontri, it will get to the boundary. It was a free hit. So just a bit of breathing space here for Singapore, and they've cashed in on it.
Yeah, was slightly wider, and he had to throw his bat at it. Does it well. Knows that the fielder is inside, and even though it was a catch, it's a free hit, so they might have gone for a couple. So it will be the first boundary for Singapore.
And the first boundary for Jonty Scott. Well, he's been another impressive youngster for Singapore, as have most of them. And credit to Manpreet Singh and the think tank and coaching staff at Singapore. Oh, just as we were complimenting it, Veerapan strikes with a full and straight delivery, disturbing the furniture, and Jonty Scott has to begin the long walk back after scoring 6 or 7. Veerapan picking up his second.
Well, here's how he did that. Well, the nip backer does it straight through the gate, cleaned him up, and Jonty Scott, who looked to be steadying his innings, has to depart. Well, this is definitely a good addition to Thailand. Veerapan impressing after his 4 wickets, is continuing his great run of form.
There's an inside joke that I will share with you, Dino. Veerapan, he has a nickname, and it's Ford, Ford, and when he's in rhythm, he looks more like a Ferrari. So, and that's today. He's picked up 2 wickets already. 13 for 2, 1 delivery to go in the third over after Singapore winning the toss and choosing to bat first. And Chandramouli, another youngster that has impressed us, good all-rounder. This is the one department that both teams are struggling with, Thailand as well as Singapore, is with the bat. Oh, 2 in 2 for Veerapan. He is definitely turning up the heat here. Says that in-swing is working to the delight of the skipper, Austin Lazarus, and his teammates. He's picked up a third, beg your pardon, and he'll be on a hat-trick when he begins his next over, whenever that is.
And immediately he has topped the ranks for the best bowler, being currently 11 onto 11 wickets, and he's saying, "I'm no replacement." What a delivery!
Absolutely, he's definitely a gem find for Thailand. Lovely lad, always plays his cricket with a smile, enjoys it. There you go, 2 overs, 11 runs, 3 wickets. Oh, staring down the likes of a Pfeiffer here. Sai Harsha comes out to the middle with his side in a little bit of trouble, quite a lot of trouble to be honest. 3 down with the score on 13 after 3. It's a day for the threes this morning. Veerapan, who's also picked up 3 wickets.
Yeah, it would have been nice if it was in third, maybe we are in second. But that's the thing here with Singapore. Apart from the skipper, it hasn't been others who have really contributed well. It will be a good chance for them to take.
We're looking to pull that into the leg side. I need to be careful here. Singapore, they don't dig themselves into a deeper hole. They're already 13 for 3. Yes, it's a T20 game and you've got to look to score runs. But there's other ways when the side is bowling well, as Thailand are today. Their pacers are operating just back of a length. And so I just need to consolidate a bit here. Try and get to perhaps 30, 35 or 40. But the inner ring is very tight, not allowing any singles. Back-to-back dot deliveries for Kamron in the 4th.
This is what you want, and this is what Thailand are good at. They've been impressive with the ball, able to get 10 wickets in a T20 match, and against the host nation Saudi Arabia, who have been really good at the batting, showcases their bowling depth as well.
Played into the offside. There is absolutely no singles available on that offside ring. All the fielders are looking sharp. And well, Thailand just have a little bit of X factor about them this morning, Dinesh.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's about Veerapan, and obviously I think everything is clicking today. I mean, during the toss, it was pretty. The captain was pretty happy with him losing, getting to bowl.
Four dot deliveries inside the power play in the fourth over as a bowling side, and having put into bowl, you'd take that, wouldn't you?
Yes, definitely. Obviously, in the power play, you would want someone who could curtail the runs with the restrictions in the field. And both these fast bowlers have done exceptionally well, despite having a batting track which Singapore should have capitalized on it. Well, they have had a top order collapse. It's what could be described.
Oh, that's played in the gap very nicely, and picked up a single for the youngsters in viewing. You'll hear a lot about batting partnerships, and Singapore definitely deserve, or not deserve rather, definitely need one right now. Whereas you don't hear a lot about bowling partnerships, and today, Kamron Sinamontri and Awirapan putting on quite the display as what a good bowling partnership should look like. Take a look at that. Kamron Sinamontri, one delivery to go in his second over. He's given away just 2 runs, which has allowed Wirapan to attack the stumps and pick up wickets. And this one just coming back in. And good finish to the over. Just the 1 run coming off it. 4 overs gone in the third place final. Singapore, after winning the toss, are 14 for 3 as Thailand search for their first win in the Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series. So it will be Wirapan. He'll be bowling his third over, the fifth of the innings. And mind you, he's on a hat-trick. Picked up back-to-back wickets in his second over and the fifth and sixth delivery. Here he goes, hat-trick ball coming your way. Oh, that was so close. Well, umpire gives it a wide. And the cricket traditionalists will say that Wirapan is no longer on a hat-trick, whereas the cricket modernists will say he's bowled an extra, so he should be technically still on a hat-trick. And well, it just depends on what the record books will show. He's going to re-bowl that one. Hat-trick delivery coming up once again. And driven through the offside. Slight misfield there. Oh, they come back for 2. As the batter runs into. There you go. Love to see that.
Well, the running was good. Was slightly slow on the first one, but could get back on the second. Really good running, and that's much needed. Well, it was a 6 different occasion when a bowler was on a hat trick and failed to do it.
A quick single taken there. And that is Chalamwong Chatpai-san. And as quick as he is, not quick enough to stop the single. It was well played into the leg side. Well, Sai Harsha has just faced one delivery, is yet to get off the mark. He's up against a Wirapan who's bowling exceptionally well here this morning. He's pumped, he's running in hard, and well, just got a thing about him this morning, and seems to continue from where he left off in the game against Malaysia. Was full and straight. It's in the gap. Yotsak thought he had a chance to perhaps dive, but then decided not to. They'll pick up 2. What do you make of this start so far by both the teams, Dinesh?
Well, it's pretty evident that Thailand have a really great morning with the likes of Veerapan getting 3 and restricting the runs. No, not much boundaries as well, but this is where Singapore have to really tune in terms of their batting. And as I speak, it pierces through the gap, and that will be a boundary that breaks the shackles.
Yeah, it was a much needed boundary. The pressure was mounting. Thailand were bowling well. And Weerapan, even though he's conceded a few runs, he's picked up 3 wickets and he's going for the wickets. That one a bit short and wide. Easy pickings. And just releases a bit of pressure there.
Well, this is what Singapore needs, the batting partnership. We haven't seen much from them over the course of 6 days or 7 days that they've played. And obviously 2 being washed out.
Well, 1 delivery to go in the 5th over. After this, we'll see a change in the com box. And Dino and myself will be taking a break, and we'll be leaving you in the capable hands of Shaidur, the style sensation Rahman, and Amin, the amazing Amin, as Akshay takes a throw. Shahid the stumps. That wraps up the 5th over. Singapore 24 for 3. We'll have a change in the com box, and we'll leave you in the capable hands of Shaidur.
Well, a very good start here for Thailand, picking up 3 early wickets. And straight away we can see some spin coming into the attack. It will be Sarawut coming up from the Negara end. So Thailand will be very happy with the proceedings so far. Took 3 early wickets, putting some pressure on the opposition. Singapore, on the other hand, winning the toss today, electing to bat first, find themselves in a space of bother. That was a good looking shot and well fielded there as well. Took some pace away from the ball. And it's wonderful to watch Singapore being a young side. The captain Manpreet Singh showing a lot of confidence in the youngsters, promoting Chandramouli up into the batting attack. Well, it didn't pay off, but at the same time, these are very encouraging side.
Yeah, he definitely played a handy knock coming to this match against Saudi Arabia in the previous one, a must-win match. A worthy knock of 29, batting alongside his skipper as well. It was absolutely handy in the case of they were losing a similar it was a similar scenario against Saudi Arabia. They lost 3 wickets in the first power play, and they needed somebody to build a good partnership and steady the ship. They did exactly that.
A beautiful bowling once again. Oh, that's a misfield. A very rare side from the Thailand boys. Usually they're a very good fielding unit. Well, the bowler won't be pleased with that effort. Couple of runs given away. So Sai Harsha and Hari Krishna are trying to steady the ship. They know they need to build a partnership in here. It goes down the track for a single. A good looking shot for 1 run. And with that, we'll have a change in the com box. I would like to welcome my new partner, Amin. Welcome, Mr. Amin.
Hey Sid, what a day. Fantastic cricket. Thank you for inviting me here. And 29 for 3 under 6 overs. Amazing performance.
Well, Thailand will be very proud of their bowlers. They have bowled exceptionally well throughout this series. We have seen only the batting could be one of the concerns. But then when it comes to the bowlers, they have done the job for the team. slightly short on that occasion. That's pulled away for a run.
That's an economical over by Sarawut. 1 ball to go. Things are under control. Less than 6 and over. Run rate.
Well, he goes aerial. Again, that sluggish outfield due to a lot of rain earlier last night. But I think the ground staff did a wonderful job here to dry things up and have a full 20 overs game. It looks pretty bright and sunny out here. Perfect conditions for cricket and a good day. 2 big matches. This is the match for the 3rd place. And then in the afternoon, we'll have that big final.
What a day, Sid. 6 overs done, 31 for 3. Excellent bowling performance. Thailand. Sarawat bowled 1 over, only 7 runs given. Run rate is under control. And there would be a score around 120 to 130 we can expect from here. The weather is amazing, as Sid said. Perfectly suitable for a day game. No clouds surrounded. Anything can happen. Wait and watch. Today's a big day. Finals in the afternoon.
And with that, the umpires signal that that's the end of the batting power play. So a very watchful start, I would say, from Singapore. Yes, they lost 3 early wickets, but the 2 batters out there, they're trying to build a partnership and they're in the recovery phase right now. But I would have liked to watch the best batter, the captain Manpreet Singh, to come in a bit earlier, because you need to have your best batters out there for longer period.
Certainly agreed, Sid. That's how the international team play their best up front, so that they can accumulate as many runs as possible within that power play. That is very crucial. The trend is 50 to 60 runs, or at least 40 to 50 runs under 6 overs.
Again, watchfully played. Just maneuvering the ball around. I think this could be a good ploy, just to take singles and rotate the strike, where we have seen the boundaries are hard to come by. So as a batter, you need to rotate the strike and ensure that the dot balls doesn't pile up, because that will create some more pressure on the batters.
Very well played. To the covers, there is a protection. Only 1 run scored, and a very controlled bowling here by Nofon. This is his first over after the power play. So the field is spread. So what a good shot that goes straight into the hands of the long on fielder. What a good catch that is. Excellent diving catch in front. Superbly taken by the fielder. Nofon got another wicket here for Thailand. Superb. Another wicket goes down for Singapore. They are under pressure now.
Well, again, it was a flighted delivery, slightly slower in pace. Probably that enticed the batter to go for that shot, and he was trapped in the deep. So another wicket falls in here for Singapore. Nofon Senamontre, he has been very good throughout this tournament. One of Thailand's best spinners we have seen. Well, there's some confusion out there, and the umpires probably has decided that the catch actually was dropped. Well, surprise here. The Thailand fielding side were celebrating. Oh, what a turn of events here.
This is quite interesting, and what a decision by the umpires here. They have turned down the decision of out, and the batter is still playing, and the catch was quite very close to the ground. Indeed, it was a running catch towards the left. The umpire decided not to give that out. So good one. Good bowling here with Nofon. Under control. Only 4 runs given in this over. 1 more ball to go.
Well, I believe the umpires have the best view out there, and we have very experienced umpires there, Mr. Dinesh and Mr. Kalidas. And the third umpire for today will be Mr. Shivan, and match referee Mr. Rakesh. And that might run away for a boundary, and a welcome boundary here for Singapore. It has been quite some time since the last boundary came, slightly on the leg side, and all he needed to do was to get bat on ball.
That is a much needed boundary for Singapore. They need runs, runs, and runs. And Sid, while we're talking about the umpires, Kalidas have been recently completed. Let's have a quick look at the batting card here. Only 2 digits coming from Hari Krishna, 13, and Sai Harsha Venugopal, 16 of 12. The rest of them scored single digits, 39 for 3, extras 4. Eighth over in progress, 39 for 3. Lucky that last out didn't give us an out. So they're quite lucky in that case. And speaking about the umpires, Kalidas, he's achieved a feat yesterday, that most number of T20i internationals for Malaysia, most number of appearance from the umpires in Malaysia, that is Kalidas. That's one of the good thing to know. And Sarawat is going to bowl his second over, 8th over of the game. Left arm, very controlled, orthodox. The ball coming in, 1 run.
Well, this will be a very important phase in the game, especially for Singapore. They need to ensure that they don't lose more wickets and score some runs as well. Because any score below 120 and Thailand will be very pleased, and they might be getting there easily because they have few batters who have batted really well throughout this tournament, and Akshay Kumar Yadav, the wicketkeeper batter, is one of them.
Interesting fact here. And Sarawat still under control. Very good bowling. They're taking their own time. The partnership is much needed here, actually. They need a partnership at least to go past that 80 runs mark.
That's pulled away beautifully in the gap as well. 1 bounce into the fence. That will ease some pressure. A very good looking shot from Hari Krishna.
That was a wonderful shot. Let's have a look at it. Slightly short, and it was good to pull that to backward square leg. Very good shot and a much needed one. 45 for 3. Two balls left in this over.
Again, slightly short. Sarawat not having the best of overs. We have seen him very tight with his line and length. And here we have noticed that the last 2 deliveries were slightly short, so giving a lot of room to the batters. So especially in crunch moments like this, you need to keep the momentum. Much better delivery, played down the ground for a single.
Last ball done, 8 overs completed, 47 for 3, Singapore. They're cruising towards that 6 runs per over mark, and they just need to cross that and looking to build at least +2 from 6, 8 runs and over, so that they can put at least 140 to 160 on board. And another batter is waiting on the dugout, that is Manpreet Singh, as Sid said, one of the top batter from Singapore. We believe that he'll add some more pressure to the Thailand team, and let's see what happens from here.
Well, Singapore still have some batting left in the order. So definitely if they can create a partnership in here, they can cross 150 depending on how they assess the pitch and probably take it phase by phase. And with that, we have more spin. Panufong coming into the attack, the young leg spinner. Well bowled, that was bowled with good pace.
This is the trend. There is no flight in the leg spin. There is a trend going on, like Rashid Khan's, like you have Tevetia, and all the leg spinners in the world now. They're following the flatter trajectory. Back to back dot balls.
That's beautifully bowled once again. And the good thing with Fanufong is that he trips the ball into the right hander and then takes it away. So as a batter, you will be expecting him to bowl a googly every now and then. And look at that. He bowls a googly straight away, but it was slightly short, and that's well swept for a couple of runs in the deep.
It's a good change of line actually, and the first two balls went outside the off stump. This one moving towards the off stump actually, kind of googly, and batter really played well for the 2 runs. It was half kneel down sweep shot played between deep mid wicket and backward square leg. Excellent shot.
Oh, that's beautifully driven into the gap. It will be a long chase for the fielder. Well done there. Another couple of runs. So, Sai Harsha trying to shift gears here.
Back to back couple of runs. 4 runs came in the first 4 balls. Things are looking good for Singapore here. The runs are keep flowing. Panupong needs to change his line a bit because they understand his length and playing lofted shots over covers.
That's cut away straight to the fielder. Just a 1 run. That's sensible. Rather than conceding too many dot deliveries, they are just trying to rotate the strike, maneuvering the ball around the field, and running hard. Singapore is a very young side, so a lot of fresh legs out there. The last delivery coming up in here. That's well bowled, beautifully bowled, and a dot ball there. End of the 9th over. Singapore up 52 for 3.
Pretty solid build-up by Singapore here after losing 3 wickets. Partnership is going well. Hari Krishna and Sai Harsha doing really well, and particularly Sai Harsha will score above run a ball, 23 of 19. And Hari Krishna slowly catching up, 19 of 25, 52 for 3 after 9 overs. 1 overs left before drinks.
It's wonderful to watch some crowd building in today because it's a big match here. A match for the 3rd place, and then we have that big final coming in the afternoon. So we will be expecting some crowd, especially when the host Malaysia will be playing the finals as well. And this is a good comeback here from Singapore. They lost 3 early wickets, and Sai Harsha and Hari Krishna are doing a good job out there, sustaining the pressure situation.
Surawat to Sai Harsha. Nicely played behind 3rd man. Looking for 2, or settle with 1. I keep picking those singles. That's very important when you build a partnership. Surawat started his first over. Hari Krishna played to the field, no runs. A very good bowling by Surawat here. Or that's an improvisation played between square leg and short fine leg. Ball landed just in front of the fielder, lucky one for him. And no boundaries coming. It's a good ball, good over by Surawat here, pulling back the strings. 3 balls left before drinks. A very good bowling. Very tight line from Sarawat. Already two dot balls in this over. Very good control. Very watchfully played by Sai Harsha this time. A defensive shot played. He'll be looking to open up his shoulders. Can it be a boundary? Again, played behind square. One quick run and the ball left. Very, very controlled effect from Sarawat here. Just 3 runs given in the first 5 balls he bowled. Number 55, Sarawat, the young leg spinner. Very good bowling. What an over. Just 3 came from his first over. End of the 10th over. They call it as drinks. We'll be joining you back shortly. Thank you so much.
Been had, and we'll have a change in the com box as well. Bobby Rayner here, bringing you the next 5 overs alongside Shaidur. After Singapore won the toss and decided to bat, they ran into some early trouble with a score on 13 for 3 after 3 overs. But since then, the pair of Harikrishna Kukreja and Sai Harsha have batted really well. 20 of 28 for Harikrishna Kukreja and 25 of 22 for Sai Harsha has stabilized this innings, going at 5.5 and over. But they've done well to build a base here and a partnership. This is Panupong Tongsa, the leg spinner. Starts with a good delivery first up. Austin Lazarus there in that extra cover position. Just a little disappointed with himself. Straight back to Panupong on that occasion.
What a lovely bowler. He's excellent control. On the money all the time. Beautiful to watch.
And pulled into towards mid wicket. It'll just be a single. I mean, good to have you here in the com box. What have you made of this first 10 overs here in the third place final?
And this is quite a solid performance by Thailand, Robert. Excellent, excellent bowling effort. And picking up 3 wickets, and one more appeal is going on. Lucky escape for Singapore, but I would say it's the first off belong to Thailand, Robert. That's my view.
Well, definitely need to take a closer look at this. It was the googly from Panupong Thongsa. This was, well, fairly in front of the stumps there. I mean, I'd have to say, at least on second glance.
Exactly. And with that, I'm inviting my friend, colleague, co-commentator Sid, please.
Well, thank you, Amin, and a very good morning, Robert.
Welcome, Sid. We're just trying to get our thoughts out on this start by both the teams. Singapore winning the toss, and well, they lost 3 wickets early on. This one's uppishly played. It's played well in the gap and a much needed boundary. So this pair building a partnership and now looking to take the attack to the bowlers.
Well, it was played uppishly, but well over the fielder. Very good looking shot. And we can see some signs of counter attack there from both the batters. I think it will be very important for them to score some quick runs in here as well to maintain the pressure. They're looking good out there.
Well, it looks like he's bowled him. He's walked too far across his stumps. And yes, Panupong Thongsa has provided the breakthrough just after drinks.
Well, Robert, how many times we have witnessed a wicket straight after drinks, especially with you and me in the com box here.
Well, at least in the Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series, Shaidur, quite a few times. Every time there's a break in the innings, be it the drinks break or be it due to some medical assistance, there's always been something that's happened after the break. And well, today the third place final does not disappoint for Thailand as they pick up the fourth, and out walks Manpreet Singh. Well, we've sung his praises quite often during this tournament because of the qualities that he's presented, that of leadership, mentoring youngsters, providing confidence. But put all that aside, he now has to do the job with the bat for Singapore. They've recovered well, and then they've lost a wicket after the drinks break, 63 for 4 after 11. And well, we're looking at that first innings target. We said 120 and up will be tricky for a Thai side that hasn't done really well with the bat in this tournament. Definitely showed a lot of potential, but has not lived up to it yet. So 120 on the board or anything in excess of that is going to be challenging, Shaidur.
Well, absolutely right, Robert. And it's a good time for Manpreet Singh to walk in. He has been the best batter, already scored 114 runs in this contest so far. So I think it will be good for him to be out there and just take the lead from here on.
Absolutely. Well, a lot will be resting on Manpreet Singh. He did bat really well to close out and get Singapore to a total in the rain-affected game, which Singapore won against Thailand. That was a 16-over game. Singapore got to 125, and that proved too difficult for Thailand. However, this is a full 20-over game, and well, Thailand have looked very good in the field so far. A lot happening in this game already. We had a reversal of decision.
That's played with soft hands and a quick single taken. And coming back to it, Robert, how Thailand will be missing Nitesh Salikar. I think he was one of the better bowlers with the new ball. Very impressive throughout this series.
Well, given the way Virapan and Cameron have stepped up, at least in this series, Salikar is not missed as much. Yes, in the death overs, He also provides a little bit of backup options, and he lands good Yorkers. So they will miss him in that department. But at least with the new ball, I think Virapan and Cameron have stepped up and filled that spot really nicely. Mind you, they had Singapore 13 for 3 in 3 overs. So not missed as much with the new ball, but it's at this stage that they will miss Nitish Salekar and more so with the bat.
Well, absolutely. It was Veerappan who was taking the wickets, but on the other hand, it was Kamron who was really checking the runs and creating that pressure for his bowling partner, isn't it?
Absolutely. We spoke about bowling partnerships, and that was quite the example for youngsters to replicate. As bowlers, you work in pairs as well. And they applied pressure from both ends. And this is close. The finger from Kalidas. Umpire Kalidas goes up. A man with the most number of officiated T20i games reckons that's hitting the stumps. And, well, Sai Harsha, his vigil comes to an end. 28 of 27 for him.
Well, another breakthrough here for Thailand. Absolutely plumb, right in front of the wickets. That was going to hit middle. So another wicket in here, and both the set batters are out there in the dugout. So now Singapore will need to reassess and rebuild this innings.
Well, Sorawat Desingnan 7 for 1 with one delivery to go in his second. Mohammad Kasif, the batter, to walk out to the middle and join his skipper Manpreet Singh. Very new batters. And like you said, Shaidur, there you go, Manpreet Singh. Make sure that Mohammad Kasif is aware of what exactly needs to be done. And at the moment, it's try and get to 15, 16 overs without losing another wicket and perhaps get close to 80 or 90. And then in the last four, try and take that score to a 120, 125. I think they will be pretty happy because they've seen this wicket and there still seems to be enough in it for the bowlers.
Well, Singapore needs to be very cautious with the approach and try to take things phase by phase. Oh, a mix up there, a better throw, and he could have been gone.
Well, overthrows allowing Singapore to pick up the single in the end. And, well, I think that kind of worked against Singapore because it means that Manpreet Singh will be at the non-strikers end at the start of the next over.
Well, absolutely, but we all know the batting capabilities of Mohammad Kashif. In one of the matches against Saudi Arabia, they were 33 for 8 into the ninth over, and from there, it was Kashif and Chandramouli who batted till the 20th over. So he definitely can bat.
I certainly remember that, Shaidur. I was calling that game, and well, again, the word that comes to mind is resilience. It was absolute resilience from the two. There was no chance that they were going to win the game from the stage that they were in 33 for 8. And they ended up keeping Saudi Arabia out there for the entirety of the innings. And, well, while Saudi Arabia might have won the game, the youngsters will have gained a lot of experience and confidence just by doing that. And I call it a moral victory for the two. They have to do it. Well, at least Mohammad Kasif has to do it yet again today.
That's short and wide outside the off stump. And yes, I remember that game too. It was the match in which Faisal Khan became the player of the match and he complained about the weather out there. It was very hot and humid. So they really needed to work really hard out there. That's cut away beautifully into the gap. Just a single. So Manpreet Singh gets on strike.
Yeah, the other thing is that with a young side that we've spoken so much about with Singapore, it's these types of experiences and exposure out in the middle. And mind you, Saudi Arabia is a very good bowling attack. The likes of Hisham Sheikh, Wajiul Hassan, who's the leading wicket taker or joint leading wicket taker, Zainul Abidin, and Ishtiaq Ahmed, and the entire Saudi Arabia unit is a very good bowling attack. And these boys from Singapore managed to see them out.
Well, Manpreet Singh will be very disappointed not to put that away. It was there on the leg side and a wide given.
Yeah, he did play a brilliant cameo in the last encounter between these two sides, which I think won Singapore that game. In the last few overs, hit a few big ones.
Yes, absolutely. And this is a very good over, I would say, from Sarawuth. He's bowling a very good tight line and length, not giving anything to the batters.
Yeah, Sarawat Maliwan loves to attack the stumps. He's got a very flat trajectory, but can still give the ball a good rip. And at the moment, he's just looking to angle it into that stumps. And well, misfield. Well, just a bit of awkward bounce there, I think, off the square.
Well, a decent over here. That's swept away. Slightly aerial, but a safe shot. A lot of gaps on the onside.
Well, I've seen Mohammad Kasif try and play the sweep, and I think that shot of his needs a little bit of work. He's trying to use the pace of Sarawat Maliwan, but he's also trying to play it squarer. He needs to, if he's going to use the pace, he needs to be trying to get it finer or play a full-fledged sweep shot. He's doing neither.
That's well played. Played with soft hands. They're running hard, pushing the fielder. And beautifully ran. Second run completed.
Well, you can expect this from Singapore. Manpreet Singh, a pretty fit individual himself, and he's got young legs at the other end, so he'll push them to the limit. And we've seen this in several games already, Shaidur, where the running between the wickets has been very good from Singapore.
Yes, absolutely. They're a young side. A lot of athleticism and enthusiasm in their squad that will end the over after 13.76 for 5.
Well, it is Nopon Sinamontri who bowled just the one over so far, wicketless. And normally, Nopon Sinamontri is amongst the wickets. He's got 3 overs to change that. It's going to be a crucial 3 overs. Very similar to Sarawat Maliwan in the sense that he likes to attack the stumps, but a bit more variation in pace can be expected from Nopon.
Well, that's played down the ground for a single. This is smart batting. I think they're just trying to take it phase by phase and ensure they don't lose more wickets in here.
Swept
Again,
away again. And they'll pick up a single. And you're right, Shaidur, they are going phase by phase. And I think this phase is try and get to 15, perhaps 16 overs without losing a wicket and get that score closer to 90 or that magical triple digit mark?
Yes, I believe right now the priority will be to get across that 100-run mark first, and then they can shift the gears and go for the shots.
Yeah, I think so. With Manpreet Singh out there, we know he can deliver those big blows. It's just getting his side to a good position here in the first innings and into a position of strength. Right now, half their side is back in the dugout, so they'll have to be careful here.
That's Ariel heaved away on the onside. They're running hard once again, but good fielding there kept it down just to one.
All singles so far in the first four deliveries of Nopon Sinamontri's second over, the 14th of the innings. 80 for 5, Singapore, and they're inching closer towards that 100-run mark.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled.
Oh, that missed everything, and it opened Manpreet Singh up like a book. Very good delivery. The good thing from Manpreet Singh is he did not push at it. He realized that he was well and truly beaten. Take a look at this, pitching and then spinning. How close was that to the off stump as well? It was close to everything, Shaidur. The outside edge, the off stump, and in the end beat Akshay Kumar Yadav with the gloves as well.
Well, it was a dream delivery for any left arm off spinner. Again, no timing whatsoever. Another single to end the over after 14. It's 82 for 5. Well, it's all evenly set out here. A good couple of overs here and there, and the match might be going towards any sides. And with that, to carry us out till the end of the innings, I would like to invite back Amin, and I'll be taking a break. Welcome back, Mr. Amin.
Thank you, Sid. What a game to witness. 14 overs done, 83 for 5, and the match is looking so interesting now. And this is the time you show your character. Let's see how Thailand can bring down the score under 130 from here. Let's see.
Welcome. I mean, glad to have you in the call box. We haven't been in the call box for a while now, and this game is definitely promising to get very interesting. Singapore and Thailand, two fairly similar sides in terms of their journey as a team. Singapore with a very young side, Thailand also with lots of youngsters in their ranks, and I'd say perhaps the few more senior players than Singapore. Singapore having gotten the better of Thailand in their previous encounter now sees them playing the third place final as Kasif pulls that straight to the fielder who makes a no mistake. That is Panupong Thongsa out on the square leg boundary. And the sixth wicket for Singapore has just fallen.
And what a bowling, what a performance by Thailand here. They're completely dominating this third and fourth place game today. And what a good catch that one. Very solid base perfectly taken. Half a dozen wicket fallen down already. Singapore is in the back foot now.
Yeah, just the wrong time to lose a wicket here for Singapore. And hot, humid conditions. The players will take the opportunity to have a quick drinks.
Robert, I would like to ask you a question here. What is the what is your opinion about the last 5 overs? Who would be bowling, and who would you think like the best suitable for the final overs, like penultimate over and the last over? What is your idea on that?
Well, I have to take a look at the bowling card and see who has how many overs left. But I do think they will turn to a couple of overs of pace. And they went to spin against Manpreet Singh in the previous encounter, and Manpreet Singh took him to the cleaners. He had a couple of big overs against the spinners of Thailand. So Thailand will not be repeating that mistake. They will go to Sarawat Maliwan, who's currently bowling. He's bowling his last over, by the way. And Nopon Sinamontri, who is by far the most experienced spinner in this Thailand bowling contingent. And then a couple of overs from Wirapan and Kamron Sinamontri. And that would be my guesstimate.
Nice one, Robert. Let's see. And 2 balls left. It's a wide ball, trying to bowl stump to stump. Sometimes you miss the middle and leg and go slightly away from that line and becomes a wide. That happens. Sarawat on the other side. Bowling is fourth over. 26 runs given. A wicket picked up. Decent performance.
Yeah, very good. Always looking to attack the stumps. Does so on that occasion as well. Has occasionally missed his line and provided a few extras. But apart from that, Sarawat Maliwan 27 for 1 after his 3.51 delivery to go in his spell. It's a good day at the office when you don't go for too many. Would have liked to have picked up a wicket or two more.
One run towards long on, and fantastic way to finish the over. And Manpreet was the batter. He bowled pretty decently against Manpreet as well, because Robert said he's very good against spin, and full marks go to Sarawat. He completed his spell, 15 overs done, 87 for 6. And here comes the most exciting part of the first innings, last 5 overs, and Manpreet is still batting.
Well, it depends on who you're supporting. For me, the most exciting part of this game was the first 5 overs, Avid. But yes, if you're a Singaporean fan and if you're a cricket lover, you do want to stay tuned for these next 5 overs, because Manpreet Singh has already given Thailand a blow in the previous game in the last 5. He'll be looking to repeat performance here, and he's up against Nopon Sinamontri.
No run score, only 1 run scored here on the offside. On your question, I always quite excited seeing the first 5 and last 5 of any T20s, Robert. It's quite interesting because I like the battle between the bat and ball.
Absolutely, and none more epic than Nopon Sinamontri versus Manpreet Singh. And at the moment, it's Venkatram Harsh on strike.
Nicely worked on the leg side. Things are pretty tight. They need boundaries actually, because just a wicket fallen down. They're not trying to build a partnership here, but they don't like to go for dot balls here. At least 1 run on the board is quite good. And Manpreet and Venkatram looking to score at least 30 to 50 runs from here. But let's see.
Oh, slog sweep attempted, looking to go downtown, missing out on that. So Sarawat Maliwan, who finished his spell and perhaps his outing for this tournament, he's finished on well, joint second place in terms of number of wickets. He's picked up 10 wickets in the tournament so far at an economy rate of 7.49. So he'll be very happy with his performance in this tournament.
Ashley played on the leg side. A quick question, Robert, to you. And you mentioned that, and Manpreet is very good against spin, and Thailand opted for Napon for to bowl the 16th over. The spin is still going on. What's your opinion on that, please?
Well, 17 without a wicket from 2.4 overs is still a very good bowling performance as a spinner. Yes, he would have liked to have picked up a wicket or two, but he's bowling really well as they pick up another quick single. So Thailand will be happy with the way Nopon's overs have gone. I mean, barring the fact that he has no wickets. So I reckon he's going to bowl the 16th and the 18th. And
Easily.
they might, and I think they might turn to pace for the last couple. We'll wait and see.
No brainer for the captain, actually. He's bowling really well. One run to the leg side, mid on, and that's not going to damage Thailand at any way, because they're very happy to give singles at this point of time.
16 overs gone. Singapore 92 for 6, looking to get past 120, perhaps even closer to 130. They've got 24 legal deliveries to go in the first innings after they won the toss and chose to bat. They ran into a bit of trouble early on, 13 for 3 in 3 overs. Then a good partnership and got them out of trouble, brought them closer to 60. And then the wicket fell after drinks, and they lost a couple more. But again, a stage of rebuilding between Manpreet Singh, the skipper of Singapore, and Venkatram Harsh has gotten them to 92 for 6 after 16. And they've turned to Sorawat Desingnon to bowl an over of off spin. Now, this is the over I think Manpreet Singh is going to be targeting. It's the off spinner, which means the ball's going to be coming into Manpreet Singh, and he loves the leg side. He loves the offside as well, but I think he favors the leg side a bit more. And he's got the sweep shot, he's got the slog sweep, and I think he's going to take on Sorawat here.
A well predicted, Robert. That's a quick one. Might be very close. Umpire said it's out. What a turnaround here. One more wicket for Thailand. They're completely dominating Singapore this time. 7th wicket has gone. 92 for 7. 17th over in progress. You can't ask for more from the player here.
Manpreet Singh, I'd say, is a little disappointed with his partner there, who possibly could have put in the dive. Good work from Nopon Sinamontri, rolling back the years and throwing down the stumps. He was down and up very quickly in the run out.
And the score seems 120-ish for me, because the wickets are kept falling. And this is a very good sign for a bowling unit and the captain, because that will pulls the score down 5 to 10 runs down at this time of the match. Is like a gold. This decides the winning factor, actually.
Absolutely. Wickets definitely halt the flow of runs. I mean, the best way to stop a side from scoring runs is to pick up wickets, and Thailand have done that really well here this morning. Every time Singapore has counter-attacked with a partnership, and they've come back into the game by picking up wickets, and Singapore have had to rebuild. Now, unfortunately for them, time is running out. So are the wickets. They've got 3 wickets in hand, but they will continue to believe as long as they've got their skipper out there in the middle, Manpreet Singh, 14 of 16. Aslan Ali, another youngster who's impressed us in this tournament. Drives the first one through the offside. They'll pick up a single. More importantly, get Manpreet Singh back on strike.
And Austin Vincent, the captain of Thailand team, would be very happy to get Manpreet out, because that will definitely cut 10 to 15 runs from the total. And they'll be looking to do that. And on the other side, Sarawat has been bowling beautifully today. 2 overs completed. Just 8 runs given. This is his third over. Picked up a wicket and just given 1 run in the second ball. What a bowler.
Well, I mean, if we take if we take the previous encounter between these two sides, Chalamong Chatpai there, just losing grip of that one. Manpreet Singh caused a lot more damage than just 15-20 runs in the last few overs. He just accelerated and took Singapore to 125 in 16 overs. So Thailand will be very careful about this.
And Austin would be thinking to keep Aslan Ali on strike the more number of time. He'll be happy. And he doesn't want to see Manpreet to strike the ball.
Yep, it's definitely a game inside a game inside a game. So lots of things happening at the moment.
That's true, Robert. And match is quite interesting because I understand how Manpreet feels. I'm a batter, so I won't strike. I won't strike. That's the mind telling.
Well, 19 deliveries, 19 legal deliveries to go in this first innings. And Singapore, 94 for 7 at the moment. Think he should turn down the strike. Yes, he does. That's to keep strike for the remaining 18 deliveries. It's all going down to the final 3 overs. I mean,
That's true. That's true, Robert. And I would be doing the same thing if I bat there. And Manpreet, I think 90 or 95% of the time he would like to take the strike and score as many runs as possible. This is going to be a challenge for Thailand because Thailand already know how good Manpreet is, especially during death overs. And it is going to be an exciting 3 overs for us. That's for sure.
it'll be interesting to see who's warming up next to bowl the 19th. And as per our predictions, it is Nopon Sinamontri that will bowl the 18th and, well, perhaps might even bowl the 20th. Beg your
This
pardon, he's
is
going to bowl out. He's going to bowl out. I mean, so there we go, 19 without a wicket. He'd like to change that wickets column, wouldn't he?
also economy. Oh my goodness, that was almost caught. What a try that one. Couple of runs and quite lucky for Manpreet. And Singapore dugout would be so relieved to see that the catch was missed. Actually,
Yeah,
what do you
for a
think,
second
Robert?
they would have had their hearts in their mouths. It was the skipper Austin Lazarus running back. He's a good fielder, one of the safer pair of hands in the Thai team. Actually, there's quite a few of them. A very good fielding side, but fortunate let off there for Manpreet Singh and Singapore. And looking to go after that one, backing away. I think he just needs to do what's been working in the previous game, which is stand and deliver.
And what a great bowling by Nopong here, like bowling against the batter who's looking to hit all the balls for sixes, and he's very controlled. I like him.
And Manpreet Singh just nudges that into the leg side. Nopon Sinamontri, I mean, he's Thailand's most experienced spinner. He's been playing cricket for his country, for the country, more than a decade worth of experience. Started off in the under-19s, impressed their leading wicket taker in a couple of tournaments of that age group. Then came into the senior side, was leading wicket taker on multiple occasions. So he knows how to pick up wickets. He knows how to bowl in the difficult situations of the game. And, bowling to his field there. And another misfield, unfortunately. It doesn't go to the boundary for Singapore, and fortunately for Thailand, it doesn't become too costly. Just a couple there.
Nice to know about Nopon, Robert, and what an interesting character playing for his country for a decade. That's not a joke. Look at his fitness and his mindset. Absolutely fantastic. A legend.
And this time, Austin Lazarus makes no mistake. Good sideways running catch there. Aslan Ali looking to take on Nopon Sinamontri, who's picked up his first wicket in his last over of his spell. He'll be very happy he's done that. He's provided the breakthrough. Now Manpreet Singh, who's at the non-striker's end, just has 2 wickets. Take a look at that again.
Fantastic catch by the captain himself. And as Robert said, Nopon has filled up the wicket column as well.
One delivery to go in his spell. That's a very good day at the office. He's kept Singaporean batters very quiet.
And the 13 balls, officially 13 balls left in this game. And the bowlers are bowling to the best. Wonderful job by Thailand, actually. They didn't lose the grip they've gotten since the first over.
Oh, this one I think just missing leg stump. You can see the appeal from the number 3, pleading with umpire Kalidas and umpire Kalidas. Well, I think that was drifting just a little bit too far down leg side. What are your thoughts, Amin?
I was just looking at the Nopon because he was so like the child in him came out, I would say. Like, hey, give me that wicket. One more last ball. That's mine. I can feel
searching
it.
for a second.
Yeah.
Well, 18 overs gone. Singapore are 1 run shy of the magical 100-run mark. They should get there. They've got 12 legal deliveries. And more importantly, they've got their skipper out there in the middle, Manpreet Singh. It's going to be a very important next 2 overs. I mean, if Singapore can get 20, 25 odd runs, they'll be very happy going into the innings break. And Thailand, if they can bowl out and perhaps restrict Singapore under 120, they'll be the happier of the two sides going into the innings break. After Singapore won the toss and chose to bat, well, it all comes down to the final 2 overs in this first innings. Sarawat Desingnan, ball in hand.
And that's a fantastic shot to the deep mid wicket. And another run out chance here. Completely missed bowler this time. And they'll be still happy because they want to keep the non-striker as a striker now.
Well, chaos out of the middle. And Sarawat Desingnan, all he had to do was collect the ball cleanly and throw it back into the gloves of Akshay Kumar Yadav, who's waiting. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but it's in the past. And here is Daksh Pratap.
Oh, that one was very close. Looking for a run out. And what a great bowling by Sarawat here. This is his 4th over. So look at the figures here. 11 for 1. Absolutely fantastic. He's doing a fantastic job for Austin, the captain of Thailand. And they're looking to seal the game from here, I believe. The score is just 101, and anything under 120, they'll be excited.
That's drilled hard down the ground. Work for Chalamwong Chatpaisan. And a good throw. Dive comes in from Daksh Pratap Singh. And that's the urgency. That's the importance of the running between the wickets that you'd like to see. Trying to get your skipper back on strike.
And Singapore would be very happy to see Manpreet is striking the ball now. And they'll be looking for 4s and 6s. Nothing less than that. They need as many runs as possible in the last 9 balls left. That's a fantastic back-to-back batting and a couple of runs taken. That was a quick one, but equally fielded at deep. A little bit fumbled, but he managed to throw the ball back on time. 2 runs taken. Anything less than 4 runs, no problem for Thailand here.
Absolutely. Well, Thailand opting to go for a spinner in the 19th. 4 runs coming off the first 3 deliveries. Make that 5.
I think, Robert, something is helping the spinners. The pitch is helping the spinners. That's the reason Austin is kept throwing the ball to spinners, actually.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if that was the right decision, because the next 9 deliveries, and it does pay dividends. Sorawat Desinan gets his man. It's a very important wicket, that of the Singaporean skipper, Manpreet Singh, looking to try and find the boundary here. Swings across a straight one from Sorawat, and well, the furniture is disturbed, and to the delight of Sorawat and Thailand, they will celebrate seeing the back of Manpreet Singh.
Look at the replay here. That one was wide, the previous delivery. After that, it was a clean ball, and that was heart of a steel kind of performance from the bowler. Is very brave to throw the ball up, not worried about getting hit, and that paid the price. He was rewarded with a wonderful wicket. That's the most precious wicket of all. The captain of Singapore, Manpreet, is clean ball by Sarawat, and what a figure he has. 14 for 2, and the 2 balls left. That is the penultimate over, most crucial over of any T20Is. What do you think, Robert?
Well, in at least I don't know about in all T20Is, but in this one, definitely so. it makes the difference between Singapore getting to 120 and or Thailand limiting and restricting Singapore, or the runs that they have to chase in that second innings. At the moment, still got 8 deliveries, and the last of the batting pairs for Singapore, Vedant and Daksh Pratap Singh out in the middle, both yet to get off the mark. This is down the pads. This is sloppy. You don't want to be giving away runs at this late stage of the innings.
Every
Yes, it's the
single run,
left-hander.
every single run counts from here, because now you are on the you are under full control, and don't give these extra runs, because every single run counts. That's my view.
A game of fine margins is cricket, and a game of momentum. And this is what we've seen so far, at least in the first innings. The momentum swinging from one side to another at the moment, heading into the final 6 deliveries of the first innings. The momentum well and truly with Thailand. But a good over here might just shift it towards Singapore. If they can get 10, perhaps 12 runs, it will definitely take the momentum and move it more towards the middle between these two sides. We'll have to wait and see, as Thailand have turned to their leading wicket taker, Wirapan, who picked up 3 and did the damage at the start of the innings. He'll be coming to bowl out to his spell and clean up this tail from Singapore.
Austin, the captain, has been doing a very good job for Thailand, especially in this game. The change of bowling was optimum, excellent. And every time he throws a ball to the bowler, he's getting a wicket. And the fielders are equally good. Getting the batters to run out shows the team spirit. The energy is quite high. Look at the body language. They're moving around, and they're very fast, agile, walking towards the ball before the ball is being bowled. Looking so solid. And the last ball, last 6 balls of the final over is going to be bowled by Virafan. Let's see.
It goes full and straight on that occasion. Just worked into the leg side for a single. And you're right. I mean, the Thailand bowlers have definitely answered the call of the skipper, Austin Lazarus. Every time he's thrown the ball to any one of the bowlers, they've stepped up and picked up wickets, or they've bowled really good tight overs. There hasn't been a big over in this innings per se, a good big 10, 15, 20 run over. In the previous encounter, there were a couple, but the danger man, Manpreet Singh, is back in the dugout. Thailand looking to wrap things up here.
That's a fantastic bowling by Virafan. And umpire gave that as a wide. The line needs to be changed a little bit. It was bowling outside of stump.
It was a good delivery. It was a good thinking there from Virapan. And, well, the line belongs to the umpire. He thought that was past the tram lines, and that's all that matters. Veerapan will have to re-bowl that one. Full toss, not quite connected. Straight to the fielder. Chalamong Chatpai San makes no mistakes there. He's been very good with the catching and the fielding. He had a catch early on in the innings that was reversed, but this time a nice clear catch. Veerapan finishes with another four-fer, back-to-back four-fers for him, as Singapore are bowled out inside their allotted 20 with 108 on the board.
What a performance. So look at the batting scorecard of Singapore here. 25 scored by Hari Krishna and 28 by Sai Harsha Venugopal. The two top scores from Singapore side. Apart from that, Manpreet Singh played a cameo. 21 of 23 before he was taking off was clean bowl by the bowler. Excellent performance by Thailand here. 108, and they picked up all 10 wickets. On the bit higher on the extra side, 12 given, but that didn't damage the total at all. It's a very good total to chase down. Let's wait and watch. Let's have a look at the bowling scorecard here.
Well, a good day for the bowlers of Thailand, and we talked about them answering the call of Austin Lazarus, the skipper, and Veerapan Ngonguad, the pick of the bowlers, back-to-back four-fers for him here at the BAYUEMAS Oval. 3.2 overs, 23 for 4. Standout performance. Cameron Sinamontri, well, 2 overs, just the 2 runs conceded. That opening bowling partnership from the two set the tone. And Singapore did well to recover, but then Sarawat Maliwan picked up 1 for 28 from his 4. Nopon Sinamontri picking up his first wicket in his final over, 1 for 24 from his 4. And the leg spinner Panupong Thongsa, 1 for 12 from him. And the off spinner Sarawat Desingnan picking up 2 for 16 from his 4. So a very good day for the bowlers from Thailand. And, well, when they come back, they will need 109 for victory in this run chase. We'll take a short break here in the Combox, and when action resumes, we'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. This is the third place final between Singapore and Thailand. It is the Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series. Earlier this morning, Singapore won the toss, chose to bat first, ran into some early trouble, and they managed to recover. Not as well as they'd like. They got to 108. It's below par total, and they were aiming for 120 or more. So right now in the run chase, Thailand have got to chase 109, and they're also chasing their first win in this quadrangular series. And what a time it will be for them to bring it up. They've sent out Akshay Kumar Yadav and Chalamwong Chatpaisan for one final time in this quad series. And Daksh Pratap Singh with the new ball for Singapore. He's been fantastic in that role. And Akshay Kumar Yadav, well, he's been consistent for Thailand and in the run scoring department, outdoing everybody in his side. He'll look to go again, and Chalamwong Chatpaisan will be looking to support him. In the com box with me is Dinesh. And how do you see this run chase going, Dinesh? And welcome.
Welcome, Robert. Welcome, viewers. Well, it's been a great morning for Thailand. Started off brilliantly and finished brilliantly with the ball. Well, it's definitely not as high as the target it was between these two previously. It was 125 from 15.5 overs from Singapore. Well, Thailand falls short of 10 runs from getting their first win. This could be their redemption, and as well as you mentioned that we have Akshay Kumar Yadav there, who has been impressive throughout the tournament. Just missed out on a big score against Malaysia in his recent outing. Apart from that, he's been great. Great to see that from being a middle order batter, being promoted to the opening, scored a half century as well. He has earned his spot in this Thailand side.
Definitely, he's been doing it for quite some time. 6 half centuries for Akshay Kumar Yadav. Chalamwong Chatpaisan has had a disappointing quad series, to say the least. Is a batter with a lot of potential, immense potential, and he'll be hoping he can realize some of it here in the third place final.
Yeah, talking about potential, there's a lot as well for Daksh Pratap. Started off really well in previous game against Saudi as well. It was 1 for 1. He came in and chipped in, put the breaks as well. Well, that's what happens when you trust the youngsters. It's a good platform. This is this quad series, and especially Singapore collectively as a side, bring in more youngsters. Well, even though they haven't got the results that they wanted, but certainly it's a great experience.
On the shorter side on that occasion, just missing his mark, the youngster Daksh Pratap Singh. He just needs to settle down into a rhythm, and that's what he's been able to do really well in the previous games. And the pressure of a big final. Speaking of, later this afternoon, the grand final between the two top sides in this quad series, the hosts Malaysia and Saudi Arabia, will be going head to head against each other. And there we go. That's that rhythm, and that's the line and length we're used to seeing from Daksh Pratap Singh, beating the outside edge of the bat.
Yeah, pretty good. This is what you want from your fastball immediately. We've seen it from Veerapan earlier this morning. Not only was good with his rhythm, but able to pick up wickets as well. As you mentioned earlier in the innings, back-to-back four-first. Impressive. Being a very spin-friendly wicket.
That's drilled through the offside, more of the outside half of the bat. And Chalamwong Chatpaisan gets off the mark. Veerapan Ngonguat, the fast bowling youngster from Thailand, has had a good couple of outings here recently. Back-to-back fourfers is always going to boost your confidence as a young fast bowler. To do it on such a big stage as the quad series.
So with that, I reckon the over draws to a close and it's 3 without loss. Well, a good start from Thailand. Haven't lost a wicket. Not too many runs on the board, so it's evenly poised.
Interesting move from Singapore. They've turned to Aslan Ali, another exciting talent. And so this game, a game of youngsters, to say the least, Dinesh.
Yes, and they've turned on to spin, which is interesting. Well, he really played well, bowled well against Saudi recently. Coming into the middle overs, he was introduced, did well, and obviously as a left-arm spinner, you have a lot of variations coming back into the right-hander.
Watchfully played. They'll pick up a single. Well, I'll tell you what, Chalamwong Chatpai-san, who's been struggling to find a good run of form in recent times, and he likes pace on, but Aslan Ali is very good with changing up his pace, even with the new ball.
And also takes a lot of skill as well to bowl earlier on with the new ball. It's very shiny. It's slightly on the slippery side. So you need to have good control, good grip. So far, he's doing really well. Just a run in his first three.
Absolutely, that new ball has got a coat of varnish, which makes it difficult for the spinners to grip. Oh, fortunate there, got the under edge. And, he'll get off the mark, not in very convincing fashion, but he'll take it nonetheless.
Well, here's what Thailand are doing at the moment, I reckon. Just trying to build partnership because they know the target is relatively not the biggest as well. So maybe just going around the ball might just do. Just get over the line, get that third place.
And that's drilled through the offside. It's got enough on it to get to the first boundary for Chalamwong Chatpai-san and Thailand. So a good start here in the second over.
Well, the only mistake I reckon he did there was the line slightly wider, slightly shorter, back of the length, and all the time in the world, Rock stood still and hit it firmly on the offside.
I think this is good batting from Chalamwong Chatpai-san as well. He backed away ever so slightly just to create that bit more room for himself. And tries to do that again. Not able to find the connection to pierce the gap. So good finish to the over for Thailand. 9 on the board without loss after 2. Daksh Pratap Singh will continue. Good first over to start with for him. Coming down the track.
Yes, and if these two, what I mean is this partnership, as you always mentioned, that it's important to have good batting partnerships as well as the bowling. We've seen with Virapan earlier on with his partner. It could be the same with Daksh and Aslan at the moment.
Yeah, just on that point, Dinesh, it was good pressure being built from both sides, both ends. And that's what led to Veerapan picking up 3 wickets in his opening spell. Picked up his 4th there towards the tail end of the innings as that's worked into the leg side. Brilliant effort in the field. He'll save a couple of runs for his side. And Jonty Scott there.
Yeah, and they go for a couple. And yes, that's the thing here. I mean, maybe they wouldn't want to give too many scoring options for Singapore. As earlier on, we've seen the closer ring and not many options to go for single as well. That's how tight Thailand were. And they should be working on that, Singapore. Just keep that pressure.
Oh, just moves that wide of the stumps. He sees Akshay Kumar Yadav walking across his stumps there. Moves the line wider. Smart bowling from Daksh Pratap. And a little bit more on Akshay Kumar Yadav. He's the only Thai batter to feature in the top 10 run scorers of this quad series. He's currently placed in 5th with 170 runs at an average of 42.50. So a lot of this run chase is going to come down to Akshay Kumar Yadav, who's the leading run scorer for Thailand in this tournament. And, well, Chalamong Chatpai San be looking for a few runs of his own. Nonetheless, this pair will look to get Thailand off to a good start. It's been a mixed bag so far. They found the boundary. Well, Chalam Wong has found the boundary. Akshay Kumar Yadav is just moving around a bit too much at the crease, I feel.
Well, trapped on the pads, maybe appeal goes. Well, that was the question I wanted to ask. Is this approach the way to go in this chase, or one trying to attack and the other trying to anchor? Which one would you choose? Which one is much more optimistic or much more effective?
Well, again, I'll go back to my previous point. Akshay Kumar Yadav is the leading run scorer for Thailand, so he's figured out a way to score runs on this wicket, or at least at this venue. And so, whatever he does, if it's working, don't change it. But I think at the moment they've got to have a target in mind with the first 6, try and get to maybe 30, 40 odd without losing too many wickets. 1 is acceptable, at least in this format. You lay out your plans and you sort of, what is the damage that's acceptable? So 1 wicket with a score on 40. Thailand will take that because they know exactly how much they're chasing. And so they're never really going to be under any real pressure in terms of run rate. Whereas Singapore have to pick up wickets. That's the only way into this game for them. And if they can refuse Singapore any wickets in the power play, Thailand will still be okay with maybe 25, 30 runs on the board. That's an outside edge and fortunate boundary for Chalamong Chatpai San. He and Thailand won't mind that. Takes the score on to 17 after 3.
Well, this one away, moving away, just shaping away and trying to drive it on the offside, finds the outside edge, flies over third. So he fetches the fence. Well, fortunate boundary as you mentioned, but it's definitely helping the score. It's 17 without loss after 3. So it's Vedant that is bowling it now. Well, it was an instant game changer in the previous match as well, coming into the middle overs.
Well, good start so far from Vedant. Dot in his single. And Singapore need wickets desperately here. Pulling that into the leg side. You can see Thailand and this opening pair quite happy just to nudge the singles around and pick up the odd boundary. And the reason for that is in the first innings, after Singapore won the toss, they could only manage 108 on the board. So not too much in terms of a run chase. That's going to put pressure on Thailand. I still want to stay positive as that's driven. And a quick single taken.
And that's exactly why Manpreet has instructed Vedant to come at this stage. He was an instant game changer against Saudi Arabia as well. It was a relatively easy chase the other day. It was a much higher target as well, 113 needed, and Vedant came in the 12th over, bowling 4 overs and managed to get a wicket. Just 22 runs of his four, being one of the best, having one of the best economies in that match as well.
Well, he seems to know exactly what he wants to do, and that's always a good sign as a young player. The clarity in thought and execution, when those two things match up, you get good economies and perhaps a wicket or two, although that is dependent on a lot of other factors. But so far, a very good start to his spell from Vedant.
Well, that's a slight pause in play.
Well, Aslan Ali with the ball. He's bowling to beg your pardon, he's bowling to Akshay Kumar Yadav on strike. Backs away slightly. Oof. Well dealt with there by the fielder. Bit of awkward bounce. That ball just kicking up off the surface. Umpire Khalidas just ensuring he's okay. Worked into the leg side this time from Akshay Kumar Yadav. It's well, under no real pressure are these two. There's been some good bowling, but it hasn't been sustained pressure, which is what we saw in the first innings with the fast bowling pair of Virapan and Kamron. That's hit down the ground. Good effort in the field. Saved a few runs there. Looked like Daksh Pratap.
Yes, exactly. And at this point, it's singles are coming very, very quick. Unlike the first few overs in Thailand where they piled up the dots. That's what they need, Singapore, at the moment. That's exactly that you need to do. Pile up the dots. Just have maybe a maiden over will just do it because the pressure will definitely build up. They know that they need a run a ball to win this comfortably, Thailand, if they want to go over the line.
Yeah, absolutely. The other way to do it is to pick up wickets, which Singapore have not been able to do so far.
Well, it's going to be hard when you're having spinners, of course, having the license to hit, but looks like these both are not carried away. They are not trying to do anything fancy at the moment, just keeping things very simple. So it's going to be, needs something special, something that could trigger a change.
Yeah, you could see the way that these two batters have approached this run chase. They're not looking to over-attack the spinners from Singapore. They're quite comfortable to keep the ball along the ground as another over comes to a close. They'll have a chat again. Thailand searching for their first win in this quadrangular series, and what a time it'll be for them to bring it up in the third place final over Singapore, who got the better of them in the round robin matchups. So Thailand, if they can turn up when it matters most, will walk away with the third place. And Singapore will be looking to ruin that party for Thailand because they've played some good cricket in this tournament. So far, they've impressed quite a few people with a very young side. And well, there's the first breakthrough. Vedant strikes, dismissing Chalamong Chatpai-san. He got a couple of streaky boundaries, but is not able to play any further part in this run chase.
Well, that's exactly why they brought Vedant. Look at that. That celebration shows you that he's there to pick wickets and to bring back Singapore right back in this contest. That's what they needed. It's either something special or to change the mindset or the way that Thailand have been playing. That's an absolute ripper to get rid of the sad batter. So it's the first wicket for Singapore. Hope things can get better on from here.
Well, out walks Yotsak to the middle and joins Akshay Kumar Yadav after Vedant dismissed Chalamong Chatpai-san. 12 of 13 for Chalam. A slow start for Akshay, 7 of 17, but he wouldn't mind that. Plenty of time in this run chase. It's the wickets column that Thailand and Singapore will be closely tracking.
So with that, there will be slight change in voices here. So it will be Mr. Amin on board. Good afternoon, Mr. Amin.
Hey, good afternoon, Dinesh. Thank you for inviting me. And what a game! The first ball goes straight to the covers, and Thailand is quite under control because they didn't lose many wickets. They're chasing just 110 runs, and they don't have to push too hard. Losing one wicket, that's still okay. The run rate is, they can catch up the run rate. That's also okay. And look at that, while we're talking, Singapore have rattled the stumps of Yolsak. What a bowling by Vedant here. Back-to-back wickets. Wicket, dot and wicket. This is going to be a turning point, I believe. What do you think, Dinesh?
Yes, certainly. That's why they brought in back. He impressed. He did the similar sort of thing against Saudi Arabia. Now, an important match, a high-stakes match against Thailand. Well, that was completely unnecessary from Yotsak. Didn't have to play really attacking, trying to take him on, and he completely missed it. Well, not exactly in a heap of hole, but definitely in a bit of bother Thailand right now.
And this is how the match changes, especially during a low-scoring game. And they'll go into a shell and try to play more defensive shots than their natural flowing shots. That things happen. And Thailand should come out of the shell and try to play the natural shots, score out boundaries once in a while, then rather tucking and losing wickets. And you need to make sure play out the important bowlers. For example, here Vedant is the top bowler. Make sure to be watchful against him. And Sarawat is the new batter coming in to face up against a successful Vedant.
Well, I definitely agree with your point. I mean, the fact that you should play in your natural way. Well, I've seen Akshay Kumar batting the previous games right before against Malaysia. Well, the wicket that really got him 4 of 15 in his previous was playing away from his natural game, not exactly attacking, but striking over 100. Well, we have to see more from Sarawat as well, how he's going to deal with the spinner. Well, that's much more like it. Playing
That's
with a full face, goes down the ground and opens his account.
and this is the last over before the power play ends. And usually the batting team goes against the bowling. Like they go score as many runs, like 10, 15 runs in the sixth over, especially. And here the game is different, and Vedant is dominating sixth over. That's quite a dominating performance by him. And Thailand on the other side looking to build a partnership.
Well, you would say it's fortunate or unfortunate, I don't know. You would want someone in the form of others like Vedant, especially at the moment, came in and is conquering. That's what you say, come at the man, come at the hour, and that's Vedant he's doing right now. But he only has 2 overs left in his bowling spell, having this being finished. So it's the other bowlers who have to back him up and do well. Well, if he was a short delivery, he knows there's a man at the deep, right at cow corner, so he doesn't want to take the attacking route. So ends with a dot. Power play is gone. It's 24 for 2.
And what a bowling performance by Vedant here is simply dominating the bowling. 2 overs, only 5 runs given, 2 wickets picked up. That's superb. While you have just 110 on board and defending that. And on the other side, Thailand, they definitely need a partnership. And they have their trustable and bankable batter, Akshay Kumar, on the crease, who scored 8 of 18. That's okay for this game. And Sarawat needs to talk to Akshay and keep taking those singles. That's very crucial. Need to take singles and doubles. Okay, now the 7th over is in. A power play is done. Umpire signal. Finish.
Yeah, I mean, if they actually played this whole innings from the beginning with singles, they would win with roughly 12 to 12, with 12 balls remaining. Exactly. Well, the occasional dots would matter because obviously you wouldn't want to play a whole innings with just singles. You would want to play those boundaries. Not only does that gets you out of pressure, but also allows you to get the game going faster and more confident. So it will be a good test for the batters as Kashif walks out to bowl.
A good solid bowling by Mohammad Kashif here. Left arm orthodox. On the money. Looks like Singapore is very good control. They're doing a good job in the bowling department. And look at the asking rate. It's above 6 now. If it goes past 7 or 8, it's going to be challenging for the chasing team as well. And the most important thing is they should not lose wickets.
Well, an enthusiastic appeal all around, but umpire had moved. Well, this is what they need, especially. You need your spinners to turn up, and doing exactly that, Kashif. He's just making them play the straight bat. Slight hesitations from both ends, going for that single, but they don't want to overdo things and run that one to be run out by the opposition. Oh, dislodges the bails. Kashif comes and he picks up a wicket. The spinners are spinning a web around the Thailand batters. And it's Sarawat who departs. It's 25 for 3. Singapore right back at this.
It's what a bowling by Mohammad Kashif here. Look at that. Replay. It's fully controlled. He already trapped him. Couple of dot balls. Followed by this one coming in. And he completely missed that line and got out against Kashif. That was a wonderful piece of bowling by Kashif, and this is very crucial for Singapore's bowling effort because they are like slowly cruising towards they're taking control between these two teams. And it's not about the scores, right? 110, 120. It's not about that. It's all about the characters and the attitudes you bring in and to defend that. Whatever the scores on the board, you tell to yourself that I can do this. I can pick wickets. I can win games from any situation. That's what Singapore is doing now. They're like simply showing the character.
Well, it's a great opportunity for Thailand skipper to shine alongside his possibly a well set bat out there and the best batting pair you could ask for in a chase when your team is struggling. So it's Austin Lazarus and Akshay Kumar at the crease. And as you mentioned, the same attitude applies for the batting side as well. However, the score, we have a set of plans. We have our way to take on, and now they need a mindset shift and also just not to say entirely neglecting the wickets, but just try to adapt to it and maybe play according to it, play according to the field. Just trying to target the weakness of the bowler. So Kashif continues.
A good piece of bowling by Kashif, and that's a good one, Dinesh. I completely agree on that one because even we see matches quite often in T20s. The top three batters they lose a wicket, and the fourth and fifth batters come and sail the ship. They do the repair work and put a big score on the target on the board and win the game from there. That is part of your role. When you're a cricketer, it's your responsibility. And end of seventh over here, 25 for three. This session within the 7 overs, the session belongs to Singapore easily. And Vedant and Mohammad Kashif given the first 3 wickets for Singapore. And one thing Thailand don't want to do now is losing wickets in every couple of overs. That they don't want to see that one. If that happens, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back because the asking rate will be slowly growing up. Now it's closer to 6.5, 6.7, and now they don't want to see that above 7 or 8.
But it's going to be hard as they have to weather the storm right now with Vedant coming back. But it's going to be interesting because we haven't seen a great bowling partnership right before Vedant and Kashif combined to get those 3 wickets. You could see it's a full toss, and normally Akshay Kumar would go hammer and tongs on that one, but he decides to land that one down. As you mentioned earlier on, the batters who come at number 4, number 5 are the ones who repair and make sure the ship doesn't sink. And we don't need to go too far into this match as well. We witnessed with Hari Krishna and Sai Harsha Gopal as well. Venu Gopal, when they were batting for Singapore, they were in the similar sort of situation as Thailand right now.
You're right, Dinesh. And it's always that is the exciting part of the T20Is. It is like played like a test match, a mini test match, session by session. Like the first 6 overs is a power play, and then from 6 to 15, another. The field is spread and they play differently, and the last 5. That's how it played.
Almost into the hands of the man at short. I think just burst out of his palms. That could have been easily fought, and without third, while they're doing everything to keep their nations alive. Well, maybe it's a lifeline for Austin. Beg your pardon, Akshay Kumar there.
That is a heart in the mouth kind of a scenario. All the Thailand team almost scared of losing another wicket here. And what an effort standing in the covers. The fielder did exactly excellent job. Hari Kukreja, what a fielder, what a diving effort, and almost caught the ball. But let's see, Vedant is bowling really well, all 1 runs and almost a catch ball. 1 run played. They're playing very sensibly here, and that's what needed. And as a batting unit, you need to believe in your abilities, trust your instincts, and see this. The one advantage Thailand have is the scoreboard. They don't have a scoreboard pressure here. it is chaseable. All they need is just keep taking singles.
Well, just keep taking singles is the thing, and another thing is to maybe just try. I mean, having a troubled mind for the bowler, but Vedant does complete his over nonetheless. Well, in the coming overs, it's just that little tormenting that they need, not to go all boundaries in an over, but get those singles and then put away the loose deliveries, and then as a bowling side, they will feel there's something we need to do to keep themselves back. So with that, the over comes to an end.
Rightly said, Dinesh. And when you start playing singles, the boundary comes. Okay, that's how it goes. Because if you watch the international games, when the wicket falls down, they start rotating the strikes. That is the first gear. Okay, then they go to the second and third and fourth. Okay, but the main thing is they need to start with first. They need to take singles first, singles, 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 and odd boundaries. Yes, that's very much needed as well.
Yeah, not only the odd boundaries that gives them the confidence, it's also, well, when bowler who's going really hot on that particular day is in great form, when you place those boundaries and if they continue it with a couple of overs to go, they would immediately change to someone maybe suits their batting style as well. So this is really key for Thailand, but it's not a big score as you mentioned, so pressure slightly neglects it.
The ball is like Kashif. Kashif is doing a wonderful job here. He's containing the batters and adding the record run rate slightly. Every dot ball will increase the record run rate. That is the thing. The game slowly moves towards the bowling team if you keep playing the dots. And single is the most crucial thing in these situations. And on the other side, this is a great opportunity for uh, the captain of Thailand team, Austin Vincent, to show his temperament and produce a great knock to save his team from here.
Yeah, definitely he has a lot of things in his mind. Obviously, as a captain, you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. Not only that, as a captain, you would also want to give your best, not only to show your skill, but it's also to really compensate and just do it for the team. Seen his bowling department going really well today, and you don't want to let them down. The efforts go down the drain. But here's the thing: um, as a batting side, they've done really well today. Never lose too many wickets, but yes, 3 wickets definitely have something in mind. But as the score is not the biggest of ones, you just have to go at this rate.
This is the most important partnership, Dinesh. If you ask me, if they try to play for 30 to 40 runs from here, the match is on, and that will really help Thailand to bounce back from this situation.
Well, just a single to finish it off. A tidy over from Kashif as well. Well, it's not a partnership required in the batting, it's also in the bowling, and Singapore have done exactly that.
And let's have a quick look at the batting card here. Akshay and Callum Wong have scored 14 and 12 runs respectively, and the rest of them didn't click that much. And Austin just arrived and he's on 4 of 9 balls. The partnership with Akshay Kumar from now on is the very most important thing for Thailand. And they've scored 34 runs, losing 3 wickets. And it's a stipulated over, and 8 overs done, 9 overs done. This is the last over before the drink, and they'll be looking to do the same thing what they're doing now, taking singles, and as Dinesh said, boundaries on the loose balls. It should be a combination of both.
Well, for Singapore, it's just simple wickets. They don't mind anything than that. They brought Aslan, very good youngster. 4 overs each in the 2 overs is bowled really well. Well, as a bowling unit, you have to credit Singapore. Despite being a low score, they never looked dejected. The character been shown superb. Good bit of fielding as well. Well, there weren't too many catching opportunities because when you have deliveries that can get you bowled, why need fielders?
It's a valid point, Dinesh. I agree that point. Singapore have the 3 bowlers who've been bowling the last few overs are very good. Kashif, Vedant, and now Aslan, they're doing the job. And one good thing about them is they're not giving many extras. In the first innings, Thailand bowled 12 extras, and that is also very important in the low scoring games. You don't have to bowl the extras. If you save those extras, it really put pressure on the opponent. And if you're looking at the trend, it's like 1.1.1 or 1.1.1, something like that. 3 runs in an over. That is not going to help. I'll tell you something.
Well, interesting. Going for the sweep. Well, it's pretty comprehensive of why he did it, because he knows that that he has to get a boundary, and most importantly, there's a big gap at the leg side from fine leg to cow corner, and asking rate is increasing steadily. They shouldn't get too complacent, or maybe not complacent, just trying to play slow for the rest overs, because asking rate is increasing. They have to keep that in mind.
You're right. And they're just one ball left before the drinks, and this is a very good break they need. Okay, they can go back and go to the drawing board. A short discussion about how they can approach the next 10 and what is the batting strength, and that's a good time for a break actually.
Yes, it sums up a really great over from Aslan. No wickets lost, and it's a good partnership between Akshay and Austin. But as we head to drinks, 10 overs of contest left to decide who will be the second runner-up of the Malaysia Open Quadrangular Series 2025.
Back live here again after a short drinks break. So the match is evenly poised. Thailand needs 74 runs of 10 overs, and Singapore will require 7 wickets. So the match can swing either ways. And so far the spinners have done a wonderful job, especially that man on screen, Mohammad Kashif, already into his third over, only given away 5 runs and a wicket. But the good thing for Thailand is Akshay Kumar Singh is still, Akshay Kumar Yadav is still out there, one of the prime batters. Well, the Singapore side, they seems to be disappointed. Manpreet Singh, did he just drop the catch there? Probably took the finest of edges. So it's not going to be easy, especially keeping against the spinners when the ball is moving around and we have seen some steep bounce as well. A big appeal, that's close. Oh, this is good stuff here from Singapore. They're tightening the screws and putting a lot of pressure on the batters.
And Sid, welcome back to the Combox. And the match is going like this: 37 for 3 in the first 10, and they need to chase 74 in the next 10. And what is the run rate you think they'll chase at the 10 to 15 and 15 to 20? And what would you do if you're a captain? What would tell your players to do that?
Well, if it was me out there right now, probably Thailand have two of their most prolific batters out there. So it's better to take it phase by phase and try to build up a partnership here. Probably the next 20, 30 runs in quick time and ensuring they don't lose more wickets. That's probably something they would like to do.
Perfectly said, Sid. And look at the bowling here. Kashif is doing an amazing job here for Singapore because he's silently bowling those dot balls. This over, he bowled 4 dot balls, and that made the asking rate to 7.96. It was in 6 plus. Now it's nearing to 8, and that's going to be pressure for Thailand.
And it's also wonderful to watch how quickly he bowls through his overs. Probably in a couple of minutes. Oh, and he's cleaned him up. And look at that for a celebration. Mohammad Kashif, you beauty. What a delivery there. And Akshay Kumar Yadav, the danger batter. He departs.
Look at the bowling here. He is a masterpiece, actually. Excellent, excellent bowling. Look at the line he's bowling today. The ball came in, and the batter knows the ball is coming in, but he had no clue how it went to the stump and hit it. And this wicket, bowling 4 dot balls, a 1 run and a wicket, amazing over. 3 overs, just 6 runs given, 2 wickets picked up. He added extra pressure to Thailand's batters. And 38 for 4 after 11 overs. Narawith is a new batter in.
Well, just when Thailand needed a partnership in there, they've lost another wicket. And that will only create more pressure on the batters.
Most importantly, that was a crucial wicket actually. That's Akshay Kumar, who's been batting really well in the series, and that is going to be a huge bonus for Singapore.
And it was wonderful to watch how Manpreet Singh was marshalling his troops out there, even during that break, the way he spoke to his teammates, because he knows he has a very young side to lead. So it's very important that he delivers the right message. And so far, the team has executed it to perfection. And another good change here. Vedant coming into the attack. Beautifully bowled and well played by the captain, Austin Vincent. He will need to keep his calm and stay out there as long as possible.
And this is a good strategy, and he's a very good captain. Rightly said, Sid, because Vedant is the one who gave the break for Singapore. He made that 2 wickets in the initial. Now look at that. The new batter is in, and he brought back the best bowler from his side. Want to get another wicket.
Yes, this is very proactive captaincy, I would say. Manpreet Singh won't like to wait till the end and take the game deep, because I think it's the perfect time for them to really go hard at the batters and produce another wicket or 2 and push Thailand on the back foot.
And it's also, speaking about the captaincy one more time, it's always like the low scoring games and how you captain and how you win games. That is the captaincy.
Yes, I've been very impressed with Vedant as well. He's getting a lot of spin off the track, and he's bowling at some good pace. We have seen spinners who are just bowling with the angle rather than their regular spinning deliveries. Whereas Vedant, he's not afraid to bring the ball back into the right-hander. Beautifully bowled once again and straight to the fielder.
That was a good change of pace. When you talk about the flat trajectory and a quick one, he suddenly changed that. That made the confusion. That always the batters will look for the pace, but that ball went very slow. Very good one.
Another beautiful delivery, another dot ball. how crucial the dot balls are going to be. Required run rate now creeping towards that 9-run mark. This excellent bowling from the spinners. And that's something I've seen in this young Singapore side. The spinners, in fact, all the bowlers have that never giving up ability. They never go down without a fight. So it's the spirits, very high spirits from the young side. So that will end another over here after 12, 41 for 4.
Oh, that's a good one. Never say die attitude. That is the speciality of this young Singapore team. And Vedant, truly a champion bowler today. Look at the figures: 13 for 2 in his stipulated 4 overs. End of 12 overs, 41 for 4. Suddenly, the target looks bigger now, and the overs are lesser, and the run is higher. Close to 9 runs an over needed, and they lost the top 4 wickets. Thailand definitely need a partnership from here.
Well, definitely it's getting tougher out there, but at the same time, the T20 format can be really funny at times. Couple of good overs, and the momentum can really shift towards the opposition. We have seen teams from almost going down to fight back. So it's still early, but I would definitely say Singapore right now are in the driving seat.
Adding to your point, and they're also not giving much wides on the other side. Thailand have bowled 12 wides in their innings, and this is one of the highlights.
Another good looking shot down the ground for a single. I mean, singles won't hurt Singapore. They'll be happy to concede 6 singles every over.
This is a complete dominating performance by Singapore in the second part of the innings. And 42 picked up 4 wickets, and they're looking so dangerous now. They can pick up yet another wicket in this over because Mohammad Kashif has been outstanding in his spells.
Another good delivery driven down the ground. So we are here for match 1 for those who have just joined in. This is Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series. So this is a match between Singapore and Thailand. Earlier today, Singapore won the toss, and they scored 103. I beg your pardon, 110. So now Thailand will require 111 to win this contest. And then we have that big final coming in later in the afternoon, where the host Malaysia will take on Saudi Arabia. That will be a contest to watch out for. 2 of the best teams in this contest.
Two balls left in the 13th over. Kashif, what a nice bowling again, fully controlled and not giving anything extra, any loose deliveries to the batters, and no chance for them. And he's simply strangling the Thailand batters, not able to breathe.
And it's wonderful to watch how these youngsters put up their hands and take the responsibility on their shoulders. And especially that man, Mohammad Kashif, he finishes off his quota of 4 overs. What a spell from him. 4 overs, 11 runs and 2 wickets.
Things are looking one-sided now, and they need close to 9+ runs and over in the last 7 overs left. And it's been like maybe 5 to 6 overs probably, or more than that, to score a boundary. Thailand have been really struggling. They have found nothing to score anything bigger than 1 or 2.
Well, there will be a change in bowling. So some pace being introduced into the attack. And a very impressive young man, Venkatram Harsh. It's very impressive in the earlier matches as well. Bowls a very tight line and length. So Singapore will need his services, especially in the crunch moments. So it's a very tight game. 7 overs left, 65 to win.
going to be very interesting to see how Venkatram is going to bowl this over because Singapore have led a platform for the second innings. They're very dominant. Let's see.
Oh, that's good fielding in the covers. So that has been one of the highlights for Singapore as well. They're a very strong fielding unit, especially when it comes to ground fielding. And one of the rare occasions where we have seen the bowler bowling and offering a bit of room and width to the batter. So Austin Vincent, the skipper, will be disappointed not to put that away. That's flicked into the gap. They're running hard. Slight misfield. Comfortable two there.
Anything less than 4, not an issue. Not an issue for Singapore. And Venkatram started well, a dot ball and a 2.
Oh, that's hit the stumps. Unfortunate. That was a good looking shot there coming from the middle of the bat. But it's just that kind of a day when nothing seems to be working for Thailand. It's a very good looking shot there for no runs. So I know as a batter it can be very frustrating when you hit the ball hard but you just can't find the gaps. This time it's aerial, but again in the gap and they're running hard. This could be close. Comfortably making in the end. Good running here from Narawit. He responded well to the captain.
The one thing that adds spice to this competition, this second innings, is Austin's innings. And umpire said it's a no ball, and this is very much needed for Thailand now. They need runs, and it's a no ball. Let's see how this turns out to be. Austin on strike is a very happy man.
Well, what a time to bowl a no ball. So this will give him the license to go for the big shot. And he goes for it. That's aerial. Got the elevation, but not the distance. And like we all know, you cannot be out of a free hit.
That was a good looking shot. Just landed in front of the long on fielder, and he caught it. Given as not out, as we all know, it's a no ball. But at least they have some opportunities to explore here. Austin is playing really well actually for his 18, 28 balls. All he needs is someone there to score a couple of boundaries and help him, support him to chase this target.
That's pulled away for a single. Well, Austin has been there for 28 deliveries now, and I think it's him who should try to take some chances because he's the set batter. Probably it will be hard for someone like Narawit to go for the big shots because he has only been there for a short while.
I notice there is something helping the spinners in this game. Even in the first innings, the spinners dominated. The second innings, yes, they're doing really well.
Well, that's smart batting. A single of the last delivery to keep the strike. And the 14 overs, 54 for 4. Well, the young left armer Aslan Ali coming back into the attack. So Manpreet Singh opting for spin could be interesting. I would have liked to see someone like Chandramouli coming into the attack. We have seen how efficient he has been with his change of pace, especially with that back of hand slower deliveries that he bowls towards the death.
They might be reserving him for the death overs. That is the time you need bowlers who want to bowl the slow bowler.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled once again. Beautiful drift and flight, and then taking the ball away from the right hander. Almost fell for the trap.
Excellent bowling. That's why his figures are very good. 3 overs, just 12 runs, keeping the batters under control and looking so solid. Thailand, they are looking for boundaries.
Big heave on the onside. That's in the gap. They might run for the second. And easily making it. Probably one of the pros is also like trying to keep the pace away from the ball, because we all know how extra pace can work against you as well.
Truly says it. The extra pace not necessary at this time when the slow bowlers are doing good job.
It's Ariel just spooning it straight to the fielder. And what a wicket here.
And what a bowler Aslan Ali is, rubbing salt in the wound. That's what happening here. 5th wicket have gone for Thailand. They don't need this. They badly don't want to do this. And look at that. That was totally an odd shot to play against a left arm spinner who's looping the ball, turning the ball away from you. That's a bad shot selection, I would say.
Well, Singapore rightly in control of the match. And again, the batter was probably beaten in the flight. He bowled it slightly slower, just giving the ball a bit more air so that it can get some turn from the surface. And that's exactly what caused the wicket. So the new batter walking in, Fanufong, the young leg spinner, did well with the ball, but probably his team will need him with the bat as well. Someone needs to play a handy hand alongside the captain.
And almost half the side went down. And this is going to be a heap task for Thailand to bounce back from here. And what a bowling by Aslan Ali here. Already restricting the batters. More to that, it's picked up a wicket, putting more pressure on Thailand batters.
That's beautifully bowled once again. What an over this has been. Only 3 runs and a wicket. A lot of credit goes to the bowlers, but I would give some credit to Manpreet as well. And that's well swept into the gap. Long chase here. And Kashif does well. Keeps it down to 2. That's the sort of commitment you need from your fielders.
Good in bowling, good in fielding. Kashif is a superstar, rock star for Singapore. Doing really well. And 1 ball left in Aslan Ali's 4-over spell. I did really well for his team.
Beautiful delivery once again, just cramping him for room. And that will be the end of his spell. Wonderful spell from the young left arm spinner. 4 overs, 16 runs and a wicket. And with that, we'll have a change in the comm box. So Robert comes back in alongside Dinesh, and me and Amin will sign out.
Thank you, Shaidur. And hello again, viewers. Robert Rayner here, bringing you the last 5 overs of this 3rd place final in the Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series. Alongside me is the dynamic Dinesh. And Thailand in quite a bit of trouble. And as Singapore were earlier, when they had their skipper out in the middle, a little bit of hope rests with Austin Vincent Lazarus, who's batting on 20 of 30. And half their batting lineup back in the dugout. 59 on the board. Dinesh, this game more with Singapore than it is with Thailand, because they know a lot rests on Austin Lazarus, who's he's got to take it home here for Thailand. If not, Singapore definitely on top of this game.
Well, right now they're definitely on top of their game and good bit of captaincy and backing up their bowlers. Well, Arslan, Vedant, Kashif have been impressive. Those options have really paid dividends, and now Venkatram as well, being their highest wicket taker for Singapore. Well, what do you feel? Was it the slow batting earlier on maybe led them to a sinkhole right now, or maybe they should have really accelerated a little bit?
Well, again, we go back to the point that only one Thai batter is in the top 10 of the leading run scorers this tournament. And when you have that, it means that the runs are not coming from too many bats. And when your lineup is struggling for form and consistency out in the middle, you need somebody to step up and do the scoring. And they were relying heavily on Akshay Kumar Yadav, who got off to a decent start alongside Chalamong Chatpaisan, but they just seemed to lack the clarity in how to go about this run chase. They were a bit too cautious, I thought, when they could have accelerated in the power play, but that is in hindsight nonetheless. And this time looking to go leg side, definitely missing leg stump on that occasion. And coulda, woulda, shoulda is not going to change the fact and that Thailand now, well, they've got a very steep slope ahead of them that needs to be climbed. And Singapore, meanwhile, and I've been very impressed by their entire team. Talk about the youngsters, talk about the leadership of Manpreet Singh, and the clarity in which they've executed their plans with the ball. I mean, Singapore also struggling with the bat, but they've managed to get themselves 110 on the board, which is seeming difficult for Thailand. So to answer your question, Dinesh, I'd say just a lack of clarity with the bat for Thailand.
Yeah, certainly. I guess maybe I believe that Akshay maybe go with his natural flow of game, which he does in the previous games right before Malaysia. Well, he was right on the slower start. I'm not sure what is back of his mind, trying to play it slow, then really accelerate after that, just assessing the conditions. But nonetheless, it's 4 overs that remain, or maybe 4 overs and a delivery, and Singapore ranked on top.
Yeah, the other thing I'd add is, well, the runs, well, so far have come off the bat of Akshay Kumar Yadav, and he hasn't had much support from any of the other batters. And in a T20 game, in this modern era, one batter can change the game for you. And at the moment, they're relying heavily on Austin Vincent Lazarus, the skipper of Thailand, as the 16th over comes to a close, 61 on the board. Good over from Venkatram Harsh. A wide and a single, and then 5 dots. Exactly what Singapore need, not what Thailand need. 50 from 4. It's getting a little bit out of hand. They need a big over in the next couple.
Well, that was the issue earlier on for Singapore as well. Dots were very hard to come by. They were taking single with ease, and then came the wicket of Chalamong, and then a flurry of wickets from Vedant as well, the game changer, who set the tone for the wicket. And then it has gone downhill since then for Thailand. Runs haven't been coming by easily, so has the boundaries. As we speak, it's Chandramouli from the Nagara end.
Well, a new bowler being introduced in the 17th over. Manpreet Singh instilling confidence It's full and wide. It's hit up in the air all the way. Much needed half a dozen for Austin Lazarus and Thailand. It was a big gamble here, bringing Chandramouli so late in this run chase. He started off with a 6.
Well, as Chandramouli is bowling right now, he hopes that he doesn't concede too many boundaries or maximums. Well, that's priceless from the skipper right there. Much needed.
Goes full and straight. This time a little bit slower. We'll be looking just a single. Well, Thailand definitely need a big over. We were talking in the next couple, Dinesh, and they've got to find a 15-20 run over from somewhere just to make it easier on them in the last couple.
Well, it needs a lot of power hitting, a lot of gap findings nonetheless, which they have struggled over time. But with Austin in the middle and Van der Fong who's assisting him, they need to go here with a fight. And rattles the stumps.
So the change works for Singapore. Chandramouli coming in to bowl his first, the 17th in the run chase, a very crucial over in the context of the game. And Panupong Thongsa, well, gets the inside edge back onto the furniture. And Singapore will be very happy with that, disturbing the woodwork. Not what Thailand would have wanted, and obviously, without wanting to sound repetitive, the one thing that Thailand have sorely lacked in this run chase is a partnership, Dinesh. We saw Singapore in their first innings. They were 13 for 3 in the third over, and then they had a good partnership, 40-odd runs, beg your pardon, just under maybe, to get them going. And then there was another flurry of wickets, and then there was another small partnership that got them past the 100-run mark. And Thailand, on the other hand, have not managed to stitch together a partnership of any substance in this run chase, and it finds them, well, 43, requiring 43 from 3.3 overs, and this run rate, the required run rate, getting more and more out of hand.
Yes, you are exactly right. It's not the partnerships that they fail to string. It's also the bowling options that have been really effective throughout the game, with the likes of Aslan, Kashif, Vedant as well. All were in form, picking up wickets, because at one point it looked like those partnership was inevitable. Was 17 for naught at the stroke of 3 overs, and then came a bit of bowling brilliance to really break those partnership when it seemed that it was building, and right then there's a wicket fall.
All slow through the air, slogged it into the leg side. It'll just be 1 run. And well, just in comparison, Dinesh, we saw Thailand bowlers do a similar thing. When the skipper threw them the ball, they answered the call, picked up wickets. And but yeah, the only difference is that Singapore managed to string up 2 partnerships in the first innings. Thailand, not so much in the run chase.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe they felt that going slow from the start, maybe just get a run a ball, then find the odd boundary will just do it. But knowing that there's not many recognized batters up or coming down the order, maybe that has collectively failed them to actually string a proper partnership, and not looking very confident and going for the big shots when they had the chance to.
I'll have to agree. And good variations in pace here from Chandramouli after conceding a 6 off his first delivery. And he's picked up a wicket in his first. A very important 17th over comes to a close. Thailand are 71 for 6. 40 required now from 18 legal deliveries. Can Austin Vincent Lazarus, the skipper, pull off a miracle? And, well, it's going to take some doing. Down the track, he's hit this up in the air. Has he got hold of it? Fielder's getting under it and makes no mistake. And that's perhaps the final nail in the coffin. The departure of Austin Vincent Lazarus on 29 of 35. Venkatram Harsh strikes for Singapore as they continue to impress with, well, some great leadership, good fielding, good catching, and the youngsters stepping up onto the big stage. And there's that scoreboard in the background.
Well, I have to say that he had to come out of his comfort zone, come out of just being passive. They wanted to go take the attacking route, but then the execution wasn't the best. Was either the top edge or the bottom edge, just couldn't find the timing and the connection. Feeds it straight to the fielder at cow corner, a simple take. And as you mentioned, it's the final nail on the coffin. As Venkatram continues to get wickets and being the best Singaporean bowler. So it's Kamron who walks out. Well, I reckon it's the brothers who are batting out there, if I'm not mistaken.
Spot on there with that observation, Dinesh. Kamron and Napon Sinamontri out in the middle there. And they're going to try and give it a go and perhaps get Thailand closer to this target. The game firmly in the grip of Singapore. Swing and a miss. Venkatram Harsh back on the money. Targeting that wide line outside the off stump.
Well, I'm not sure the entire plan for Singapore for the next 3 overs, but definitely the main target is to not concede too many runs and maybe to finish things off to get these remaining batters out. But Thailand obviously wouldn't want to go without a fight. Gets off the mark there, Kamron.
A pretty good looking shot by Kamron to get off the mark. And, well, Thailand need a few boundaries here and they need it quickly. Well, Nopon Sinamontri will look to go leg side here. Good bowling from Venkatram Harsh, keeping the line away from the hitting arc of Nopon. Looking to guide it down there to third.
Well, obviously he knows that there's a big gap. I mean, not a big gap, a wide third man it is. So maybe want to go finer. Yes.
Well, Larita Datta down at deep third will keep it down to a single. Singles are not going to hurt Singapore here. They'll be very happy with that outcome.
So the final delivery of the 18th over. And a big heave. He's cleaned them up. And it's the 8th for Singapore as Cameron departs. Well, it's sad to see 8 wicket falling in the 18th over. It's a double wicket over as well for Venkatram Harsh.
Oh, what a brilliant over this has been from Venkatram Harsh. First getting the Thailand skipper and now dismissing Kamron Sinamontri, both in the same over, just conceding 3 runs. It's been a fabulous display from a young Singaporean side, ably led by Manpreet Singh. And, well, 2 wickets remain for Thailand. They need 37 from 2. And Manpreet Singh has a turn to more pace. We'll have to wait and see if it's Chandramouli or Daksh Pratap that's going to be bowling the 19th over, usually considered the most important over in a T20 game. More so in a run chase. It is Chandramouli. Starts with a wide Yorker, just dug out.
Well, immediately looked like after winning the toss, Singapore might have felt that winning the toss might not been the case because they posted a rather small total 109, 110 chasing. Looked like an easy task, but a great bounce back by Singapore right here, defending a low total. Well, it proved to be a redemption for Thailand as they lost the previous one by 10 runs. Was looking forward that they had been the favourites to win this as well. After a good start in the bowling and in the batting as well. What do you say about it, Robert?
Well, the troubles for Thailand and with the bat seem to be something that's plaguing them throughout this tournament. They've looked good in the field and with the bowling, but you're not going to win too many games of T20 cricket if your batting is not up for the contest. And unfortunately, that's been the case for this Thailand team in the Malaysian Open, as he comes down, gets the outside half of the bat, and that will race away to the boundary. Perhaps a little too late. But 32 of 8 legal deliveries. Going to need some big lusty blows from one of these batters to give them a chance. But yeah, to answer your question, Dino, it's not been a very good outing for the Thai team with the bat. And they've had one person stand out throughout this tournament, but it gets a bit overwhelming over a long period of time. And down the track, he's hit that. Has he got hold of it? No, he has not. And that's the 9th wicket down now. So Singapore just needing one more wicket to wrap up this 3rd place final as Sarawat Maliwan has to depart.
Well, he went full and a couple of steps, maybe moving away to hit it. It looked like a great shot until seeing it was going into the palms of the fielder. A great catch in the deep. After that the early boundary, maybe he thought that he had the license to go for another. Instead, he's found the fielder, and as he mentioned rightly, it's just proceedings, just 1 wicket away from sealing the deal, Singapore.
Another good Yorker lands it. Not much Weerapan can do about it. Well, speaking about the positives, Weerapan definitely one of them. A good find for Thailand. He picked up back-to-back fours in this tournament, and perhaps a little too much for him to do with the bat here. 31 of 6 legal deliveries. If he can find, well, he needs to find half a dozen 5 times in the next 6 deliveries. It's been done previously.
Yeah, it's 80 for 9, and definitely to finish off on a high note, they want to score as much as runs possible. There were at least 3. Wrapped on the pads and is given. And that's the end that Singapore wanted. Singapore wins this by 30 runs.
Well, heading into the innings break, Thailand would have felt like they'd done enough to restrict Singapore to 110, chasing 111. Thailand have fallen 30 runs short of the target, which goes to show what a phenomenal performance it's been by the man on your screen, in the center of your screen, Manpreet Singh, and the boys from Singapore. Handshakes from Nopon Sinamontri, umpires Kalidas, and Singapore win the game by 30 runs here in the third place final after they won the toss and decided to bat first, posting 110. Heading into the innings break, Thailand would have felt happy with that targeted chase, but the batting woes continue as only Austin Vincent Lazarus got to 29 of 35. Akshay Kumar Yadav 15 of 28 has been the highest run scorer for Thailand in this tournament. Chalamong Chatpaisan 12 of 14, but not much else in the batting card there for Thailand as the bowlers from Singapore continue to impress. 3 for 13 for Venkatram Harsh, Mohammad Kasif 2 for 11, and Vedant picked up very important 2 wickets, giving away just 13 runs from his 4 overs as Singapore seal the third place in the Malaysia T20i Quadrangular Series. We'll head down to the Player of the Match presentation and followed by the grand final coming up shortly after the presentation. So stay tuned for that and we'll see you shortly.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series. Today is the match for third and fourth placed game, match between Singapore and Thailand. Singapore have won the toss and elected to bat first. They scored 110 and bundled Thailand under 80, and they won the game by 30 runs. Before we proceed further, may I invite the chief guest, Mr. Rakesh, match referee, to present the award to the player of the game today. And we have three people for the player of the game today. And it starts with Kashif Ali, 2 wickets, 11 runs in 4 overs. And another nominee is Virafan, who got 4 wickets, 23 runs given in 3.2 overs. And last but not the least, we have Venkatraman Harsh, 3 wickets, 13 runs in 3.1 overs. And it's easy pick for us. It's Venkatram Harsh is the man of the match for us, player of the match for us. And may I ask the match referee to now give the medal to him. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the medal. Congratulations, Venkatram Harsh. Let's have a quick word with him. You produced. Hey, first of all, congratulations for winning this third place game. And how do you feel now?
I mean, obviously it's a good feeling finishing third place. It was a great game. I think we really held our nerve, and the spinners really brought us back into the game after, a subpar batting performance. I think it's just a matter of holding your nerve until the end, sticking to your plan and doing what you practice, and I think that paid off in the end. Yeah.
And you bowled beautifully well today. And what was the pitch condition today when you bowled?
I mean, it was a flat wicket, but it was staying a bit low, so the idea was just to bowl hard lengths that would attack the stumps, get LBs, bowls in play. So yeah, just attack as much as we can.
My hearty congratulations to you and your team for winning the third place, and for you especially for winning the player of the match for this game, and wish you all success for the future games as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And here we are at the post-match presentation, and Singapore have won the game convincingly by 30 runs, and we are moving to the next game. That is the final big game in the afternoon, match between Malaysia and Saudi Arabia. Let me join you from the comm box. Thank you so much.